Good evening, everybody. Turn the volume up here. Good evening. Welcome to the late night edition of Encounters. Thunder Child, Pauline, David, Valiant Thor, Barbara Thompson, Monessa. Good evening, everybody. RN Nurse, welcome to another great edition, Magna Truth. Everybody out there, wherever you are, this is CmdrAleon, the host of the show. And this is actually a show, if you're just coming in here for the first time, we actually do a actual UFO spiritual talk show. That's what we do. We also, hey, Vanessa, namaste. We do a radio show every Sunday morning from 11:30 to 1 on NPR Pacifica Radio, WESUFM.org worldwide. Gary, good to see you. It's going to be another great show. Hey, David Nelson in Phoenix, Arizona. Good to have you with us in Phoenix. So you're watching the late night show of Encounters. For all the new people, welcome. For all the regular people, welcome. Deborah, good to see you. Jade Needles, Kissy, Paranormal Ghostbusters, good to see you. Many blessings to everybody out there. And we definitely never know what's going to happen on this show. Truly, we never know what's going to happen. Last night's show will be put on my YouTube channel. And if you want to watch past shows of the Encounters, it's Ashtar Command Spaceship News. I'll repeat it, Ashtar Command Spaceship News, and that's on my YouTube channel. All the previous shows that we've had currently are on there and are downloaded and on that particular channel. Lavola, good to see you. Hey, Lavola. Alfred Smith, welcome to the show. GG420 Cat, welcome. Lady G713, Carmen Zarata, or Zarat, Kevin Larkin. See a bunch of names here. Mark Jackson. Wherever you are, Creative. Good to see you, Creative. Thank you for the heart. Always, always, always. So we're going to have quite a show tonight. I have no idea who I'm going to be interviewing, and that's the beautiful part of this show. It's very spontaneous. Always. Hey, Paranormal, thank you for the roses. And remember to support what we do here. Hey, Papa Smurf. Support what we do here. My Venmo account, which I don't mention too often, but I do have a Cash App, which is really a good thing. If any of you have Venmo, which is a part of PayPal, just use the Venmo and you can donate $5, $10, or $15 to my Venmo. And if you can, that's great. If you don't have any money, that's fine too. If you want to do TikTok gifts on the show during the show, please feel free to TikTok me the gifts during the show as the host of the show. That would be great. And also, if you want to be a subscriber to what I do, you can subscribe. You can decide whether you want to do a month, 2 months, or 3 months, or whatever you want to do. That's up to you individually. So please become a subscriber. All right, so we're going to get kind of started here a little bit. And things are ramping up around the planet. A lot of energies, a lot of changes going on. And certainly a lot of concerns, a lot of tension going on. But at the same token, there's a lot of things happening off planet that are watching what's happening on planet. And I've been tuning into the latest craziness on Earth. And there's a lot of craziness on this planet. Hey, Jim, good to see you. Jan R., Linda. And we don't really watch much news, but we do know there are things happening. Things definitely happening. So the way it works here, if you wish to be, hey Nick, if you wish to be interviewed on the show, hey Rachel, yeah, they have been totally different. Absolutely correct. Hey Trisha North Star, good to see you. Hey Sonia, and everything, there's a big shift going on, as we all know, that's happening, and that will continue to increase. And Jared, good to see you. Jared, welcome to the show. Sonia, thank you for the heart. We appreciate that very much. And more, I can feel the energies off planet. There are a lot more ships coming to Earth from beyond Earth. A lot more ships coming in from beyond this realm, or this particular sector of our universe. Hey, Michael, welcome to the show. Cosmic Thunder, welcome. Jared, thank you for the heart me. Thank you. So there's a lot of stuff going on a galactic level that most people will not be realizing. Some of you in here might realize that there are things cosmically happening that are shifting. Things are shifting in a way that things can be felt. And Elizabeth, welcome to our show. Good to see you, Elizabeth. Thank you, Sonja. Thank you for the confetti. I appreciate that very much. Thank you. Buddha Uno. Hey, that's a good name. Buddha Uno. Welcome. Ms. Lori. Welcome, Miss Lori. Mystic 1955. Susie. Welcome, Susie. I'm just reading some of the names here. Pearl Relatives. Good to see you, Tahar. Billy Pulley. Welcome to the show. And if we can, we try to acknowledge people. I don't get to everybody. Diane, Prince Diane. Sam Abbas. Sean. I think it's Henry McPherson. Good to have you all with us, wherever you are, all over the world. Good to have you with us. Almost about near 11. We came on a little bit before 11. Hey, Tara. Good to see you. Welcome. Hello from Arizona, Commander. Hope you're doing well tonight. Yeah, we're very relaxed. Alex, good to see you. Marlene, Tahar. So we're just glad to see everybody. I got my goals up for tonight. And I'm making sure I pin the goals so you can see my goals. I do have a goal of 8 hats with a mustache. So I'll set that for the evening. For now, I might change a hat to another hat, but that's the hat that I like with the mustache. So we'll see what happens. But thank you. I don't know about anybody else, but the energies have really been pretty crazy. Tar! The energies are crazy. Oh, you saw an amazing Jupiter, you saw an amazing contact video earlier. Interesting. Rachel says chaos. Well, there's a lot of that going on too. They caught it on the camera. Interesting, Juniper. Oh, definitely tag me. If that person has any TikTok, they can come on the show if you know who they are. Maybe they like to come on and talk about it. You know, that'd be kind of cool. Alexa, Tahar spaceships. Alex. Sonia, thank you. That's an interesting hat. Hello out there. I've never seen anything like that. That's. I saw some weird cryptic videos not long ago. Interesting, Rachel. I'm just reading people's comments for the moment. Bring it online. Okay. One of the things I will say, though, again, as we get into interviews tonight, plus I also share things on the show. If you're new, I do have a lot of knowledge and information. Let me see here. Ava has, we've had Ava on before. Ava has new information for us, maybe. Let's bring Ava on. A while.
Yes.
Ava. Hey, good to see you. How are you?
Good. Yes. I've just texted. I had a breakthrough, actually tonight, weirdly enough, of all times.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's share that.
Yeah, I'll catch followers up who have been listening and introduce myself to new people. My name is Ava. When I was a child, I saw 2 alien beings made basically of light, but with a humanoid figure. For so long, I thought I was dreaming. But as I got older, I realized, no, this is real. And I was been waiting for contact again, thinking that they would look how I remembered them looking as a kid. You know, jelly light bodies, kind of like so bright like the sun it hurts my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
But then I realized I have a friend named Anna, beautiful girl who is my sponsor and college graduate, and she told me 1 week ago she's just moving to Costa Rica with her boyfriend. And I meditated with Anna for so much, and I'm happily like sober now. And so many good things have happened because I met Anna. And now, as I was thinking back, I don't think Anna was from this earth. I don't think she's leaving to Costa Rica. It's a lot.
You feel that Anna is really not from here. She came here from somewhere else.
I think she came. Yeah, I think she is a light being.
Yeah.
And she was here for a small amount of time.
You can read energy, like when you see people. And I know I'm echoing. I think.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I am echoing. What's happening is my phone has now become activated by the Ask for Command, and they're using my phone too. So that's what I'm doing. Let me try to I'm going to re-bring you up. Hold on a minute. Let's do this. Hold on. I'm going to try to reset this. This is going to be interesting. Okay, we're going to bring you back up, Ava, and see what happens. Ah, yes. I knew the day was coming for that. Let's get Ava back on. Ava, come back on to let me see what happens. I hope this is not going to be an omen for the rest of the evening. Let's see. Let it be clear. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's on my phone. It's happening. Oh, man. All right. The command is definitely... Go ahead. Now I don't hear it. When you're on your mute, I don't hear any noise. It's coming from your phone. Your phone is affecting my phone, which is weird, but I'm not echoing when you have your mute on. I think it's your phone. I want to hear your story, and this echoing thing is going to be a problem. Let's try to bring you back on. We'll try to bring you back on a little bit later and see if things change. How's that sound, Ava? Yeah, we'll try back later because when you mute, I don't have any echo. When I go off the mute on your end, we'll see you a little bit later. We're going to bring Ava back on later. I want to see if this starts happening with all my guests. So, yeah, if it starts happening with all my guests, then my phone is definitely in a situation there. So, welcome to Encounters. And let's hope it's not going to be one of these weird cosmic nights, really, even though it could be. I keep thinking, this is the weirdest thing. I wasn't going to say anything about this, but I kept thinking about this. So I've got to share this, I've got to actually, I was thinking when I meditated, should I say anything? And I have the distinct feeling, now that my sister visited me a few nights ago and I posted the video, which was really amazing, I keep getting the feeling that my sister, possibly my brother, my other sister, when they want to sneak off the ship, they'll come and visit me during the program. I keep thinking that they will be able to do that, whether they have permission or not, they will come. That's what I've been feeling. Like, we want to visit our brother. We're going to go. We don't care. We just don't care. We're going to come and visit Commander. We're going to visit him. So if anything weird sounds weird tonight, later, if anything happens later, I get this feeling, and again, I always go by my inner instincts, my inner feelings, that I feel there's something that is positive, all positive, but I don't know. I just feel like there's going to be something, a message or something. And I could be completely wrong, and I'm willing to admit it. No, I'm already here. I'm not going anywhere. At least that I don't know that I'm going anywhere. I've not felt like I'm going anywhere or that I'm being taken anywhere onto the astro ships. But I do feel that my sister, my brother, my other sister, if they want to sneak away and visit me, they will be able to do it in a nanosecond. I mean, I feel that now. I feel most confident about that, so I was thinking about that on the way home, and I said, that is possible that they can come visit me when they want to. Too much information. Oh, it's never too much information. I'm not worried about my information. If you know me, I never worry about anything. Florence, you know me, I don't worry about anything. Everything's good. The commander never worries. If you pray, they go away. If you pray, they go away. Oh, I would never pray for my space family to go away. I'm not sure what you're talking about there. No, I would never tell my family to go away. They're my family. They're my cosmic family. I love them. You know? Nope. Awesome Tahar, yes. Let's see here. Okay, we're going to bring this person up. Let's see. I don't even know the name. Gifter LV24. We'll bring them up to the show here. This is Encounters.
Hi,
And hi, Rachel. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
We're doing good. We're amped up, and we have all this like cosmic energy going through me here, and I'm like,
Yeah.
all this stuff I'm feeling about my family being close to me. Like right now, I feel like some of my family, if they want to come here, they'll just come when they want to. Even though I'm not going on the ship yet, they can actually come here when they want to. They know that.
So, like, I think I know the energy you're talking about, and I just recently went through a mental episode, okay?
Before we get into that, I just want to mention Lilo Juicy. You don't know the full story, Lilo Juicy. Welcome to the show. I have a space family on a spaceship with the Ashtar Command, my mother, my father, my two sisters, and brother. It's a long story, but I do have cosmic biological family members. A mother named Luna. I have Robar, my father. I have my two sisters and brother. So I don't think I have a family or why they have my family. I've actually experienced them. And my sister came a few nights ago and visited me by voice, warning me of negative ET ships that were near my location. It's a whole story, and you're not going to get the whole gist of this thing. It's just coming on here for like a few minutes. But if you watch some of my other shows on YouTube, you'll get a gist of what's happening. And then if you watch us on Saturday night when April and I are on together, we have Ashtar Command Contact Night. You really will learn a lot about my cosmic family that are human, beautiful men and women. My brothers and my sisters are beautiful people. And I don't come from Earth. I come from off planet. I knew this before I even had internet, before there was an internet. So just to give you a quick background, I am not from here. I am here, having a new experience, but I work with the
Oh my
Ashtar
gosh.
Command. And I'm not sure what comments are coming through here, but let me see. You said, "Oh my gosh," but they weren't family to me, not like his. Go ahead, Rachel. I just wanted to answer that person's
Oh,
comment.
you're fine. But I've been noticing things like, it's like I see experience these moments where it's like you just said you're not from Earth, and I had something like beep. I, I have a set of Bluetooth headphones, and they just like beeped
I
off
heard
like
the Bluetooth. It
right when
just
you
beeped.
said that,
It beeped, didn't
and
it?
it's like things like that,
Yeah,
and I notice that all the time now. It's like
yeah.
these like aha moments, I guess. It's like something happens, like a truth is spoken, I
Hmm.
guess, and
Well,
something is like I don't know. It's hard to explain.
well, everything is very amped up here. I notice every once in a while I hear like my audio like going whoop like a it's just the energy here is so amped up in this room. It's crazy. I've never seen it this amped up, but I can totally agree with what you're saying. Totally.
Yeah, and it's almost like I have this spidey sense now, like
Hmm.
Spider-Man, like spidey senses kind of.
Tahar. I have to say Tahar when that happens. Um, but yeah, it's just really if you just sit there, I mean, I'm telling you, um, everyone's sleeping. My daughter's not here right now. They're going to be back tomorrow, and right now it's just like the energy right in this room. If people are sitting in this room right now, you would feel this energy is so high in the amped up energy here. It is absolutely amazing, the energy I feel right
Yeah.
now.
I have a kid, and sometimes like his energy is
Tahar.
overstimulating.
Yeah, it was stimulating. Yeah. And why do you think that is?
I I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the kids are indigo children, so their energies are going to be very much cosmically connected to the stars and to those other energies beyond Earth. So your child is most likely, without a question, is an indigo child. You probably already know that, correct?
I've heard the
Or
term, but I still don't really know
not?
what it means.
So basically, what it means is like your child would be like one person said, a star seed. An indigo child is someone that comes from the stars, comes from another place, another experience, another planetary system. So the children, when they're young and they're kids, their minds are fresh and conscious of
Yeah.
everything.
He
They're
thinks he's
not.
a
They're not.
dinosaur.
You say, well, that's okay if he wants to be a dinosaur. He's a kid. But they have imagination. They're not programmed by Earth-based programs. They're innocent in their consciousness. Karen 82 Tahar, and so they're innocent in their consciousness. And God bless you. And so they know nothing about all the things that adults have to deal with, and because they come in an innocence level from the cosmic levels, they sometimes forget who they are. Many times they don't. They have imaginations to remember things. So your child is a child of the stars, and whether he tells you that or she tells you that, they are from beyond Earth. So you have a beautiful child, and the beautiful thing is that your child would be one of the indigo children. And the
Oh,
indigo children have had many generations, but you have a kid that's also indigo.
that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
But oh, I want to tell you about something odd that happened to me while I was in the hospital. Like
Okay.
I had a mental episode that I had to go to the hospital for. But
Hmm.
I was put in this one room and there was a call light, like you would press the call light and the nurse would come. But it was going off by itself. And
Mm-hmm.
it almost sounded like Morse code when it was going off the way it was acting. It was
Hmm.
weird.
Yeah. You
And
mean the
it
sound?
felt like it felt like it was purposeful, you know?
Hmm.
Like it felt like it wasn't something messing up.
Yeah.
Felt like there's something more to it.
Like something more perfect than normal, in a
I
sense.
guess so.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I can completely relate to that. I definitely could. You
And
know.
yeah, it was really because I've had paranormal experiences when I was a kid, but it was like ghosts.
Yeah, but we stay away from the ghost stuff here. We're just strictly on the ET
Gotcha.
cosmic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know there's
But
a lot of that intermingles, but we try to keep it out of that. But go ahead.
right, but well, I guess I'm saying like because of that, like it's
Yeah,
made me believe in more like this is something unusual.
yeah,
Like there's something more to this
yeah.
than just a
So,
malfunctioning thing.
yeah, I mean, one person here says, "Hey, my TV comes on by itself sometimes, and it's not plugged in. That's weird." And it's all
Yeah.
connected.
And it was in the hospital. I started sensing things, especially being
Mm-hmm.
around other patients. Like I
Mm-hmm.
sensed energies and could like feel things, I guess, sort of happen like before they happened.
So
Like
you
not
have
not
like
that
a
I knew what was going to happen, just like a
right.
sense of
You're an empath maybe and a somewhat psychic about a little bit of psychicness that you feel the energy of something that's going to happen. I think that's true. Absolutely.
yeah, kind of
You know.
like a
We
buildup
all
of energy.
yeah. If you tap into yourself and as you wake up to more of the expansion of your consciousness, we all innately have the ability to not only be psychic, we have the ability to see things more clearly than we do in the 3D world. And consciousness is something that is going to be opening up for more people as we get towards contact with our space family. Definitely, there's going to be more of that knowingness, things happening, activation of the consciousness, and that's going to be a key thing.
Yeah. I still don't really understand everything you're talking about, but I
That's okay.
believe it though. I
Oh,
believe
good.
it.
Well, that's a start. If you believe it, your inner self understands it. Like maybe the mind doesn't do it, but when you meditate, you understand everything when you're meditating
Yeah.
without thinking about it. Because when
Just
you
for the
meditate,
simple fact
go ahead.
that like we share that we feel these energies like
Hmm.
I'm not the only person that's experiencing this.
No, you're not. You're not alone. And a lot of
So,
people here can completely relate to you, Rachel, about what you're talking about in terms of what you're spiritually, cosmically feeling. And you're going to see yourself, and you already are, opened up more than somebody else out there. Thank you for seeing me, Deborah. That you're more open than the average person down the street that doesn't know anything. That if they heard you speak, they say, "What is she talking about?" But you're opening up more from your spiritual cosmic level, which is important. That is the part that expands everything that we need to know in terms of the future of what we're going to be getting to, where we're going to go. It's a beautiful thing to see you growing in that way.
yeah. And I've been saying I feel like we're going to see some things happen.
Oh yeah, we definitely are. With all the craziness in the world, and I don't watch a lot of TV whatsoever. Even though I know things are happening, I also know the beautiful things that are coming to Earth that people need to prepare themselves for. The beautiful things,
Oh,
and tap into that part of the cosmic level. I think for a lot of
so
people, that's important.
the aliens are coming. They're
Well,
coming.
not alien. Well, not aliens. There aren't any aliens. There are star people. There are men and
Oh.
women that are coming, but aliens don't exist. That was a media term created
Oh.
on Earth. There's no aliens, but there are space people, men and women, and children from other worlds, just like us. The difference is they are very advanced spiritually and also very advanced technically and medically. They don't have any diseases or problems or wars or all kinds of things that we've had. They don't experience that.
Oh, so they're just people.
They're people, yeah. They're
Oh,
people
that's
just like
cool.
us. Yeah, they're more advanced than we are, but their consciousness is much more expansive than ours. Ours is becoming in that expansive consciousness now, and we're going to learn a lot from our space brothers and sisters when they come to be with us. We're going to learn quite a bit from the star people. And again, I use the word people versus any other name for them. They are star people.
Well, I think I think there's I think I've seen some of them like on here on TikTok. I've seen some people that I was like, this person's an alien. You know what I mean?
Well, they'd be like if you're looking at them from a spiritual cosmic perspective, there's no aliens. Like I said,
Yeah.
you could
Well,
say, well, they're not from planet Earth. They're from some other
yeah.
world. If you get that vibe, so try to put in your consciousness, or try to throw out of your consciousness that word alien. And look, when you see people that you think are from other planets, you can say non-terrestrial, extraterrestrial, star people,
Gotcha.
non-terrestrial, that kind of thing. So as you get more programmed in those words, that's more relevant to who they are.
Okay. I
Yeah,
guess I just always a, alien, it's a fun word to throw around.
yeah. It's thrown out a lot on media, and media created it. It also, it's not anyone's fault here, but the people from outer space don't want to be called aliens.
I gotcha.
My Yeah, my star family, my mom and dad would not want to be called an alien because they're
Okay,
not.
so they're
They're
star
people.
people.
They're star people. Yeah, they're space people from other planets. Yeah, yep.
Okay, got it.
There you go.
I got a feeling that they're coming pretty soon.
Yeah, your feelings
Oh,
definitely about right there. You're looking at about a year and a half before there is a massive amount of contact. And about a year and a half from now, there should be, unless things change in the timeline, that's what we're looking at, a year and a half Earth time for more contact to occur on a much larger scale.
gotcha.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I'm excited for sure.
Yeah, you should be. Absolutely. Everyone should be. There's going to be people out there, folks, that when you talk about contact and about people coming from other worlds to Earth, they're going to think, what are they talking about? They're not going to even understand what you're talking about. They're going to be like, I don't believe that's going to happen. I don't believe in these people from other
And
planets. I don't believe that.
I've always thought that like some of the things that I see people argue about are
Yeah.
relevant.
Yeah. There's a lot of irrelevancy when it comes to people arguing, because basically when people argue with each other, all they're doing is arguing with each other. They're not coming to any kind of solution of anything, and they're basically wasting a lot of human energy on things that are a waste. Basically,
Yeah.
On this show, because I am a professional talk show host for 20 years on radio, I come here as also a contactee too. So I've got a number of things that are integrated into my consciousness. The ability to be able to contactee with positives with contact in the 60s, and also the ability to know that I've seen many different types of spaceships that are not ours. They're definitely off planet. They're those kind of things. And so with that relevancy of knowledge, I can share and answer most questions on here because I have that background, which not many people do. You know what I mean?
Okay. So
And I can answer.
when did you have your experience, I guess?
For me, the experience with the space people was when I was a kid in the 1960s. I was near my teenage years, and I went upstairs. I told this story, but I know not everybody knows the story. And I lived in Long Island in the cul-de-sac as a kid. Went upstairs after dinner, and I think my grandmother, my mother, my brother, and my father were downstairs. I went upstairs like in a rush, like I had to go upstairs. Got to my brother's room of all places, opened the wood shade, and to make the long story short, I see a spaceship hovering right above the ground of the cul-de-sac. And I stand there watching it, and it's got windows around it, and I see men, women, and children in light blue spacesuits. They were wearing spacesuits, and they were taller. They were, probably 7, 8 feet tall. Children were a little bit shorter. And they just told me telepathically that I am not from Earth, that I came from off planet. They told me that I wasn't from here. And so for me, it wasn't a dream. Someone saying Rhett, Britain. No, I didn't have a dream. This was a real experience when I was a kid. I didn't dream it. I actually had a physical experience that happened in the 1960s, probably before you were born. And so I know my experience. If it was a dream, I would have forgotten about it a couple of days later as a kid. Never forgot. I know the details of the ship. I know what it looks like. Every single detail I remember. Every single detail. All these years later, and it wasn't any dream I had. It was no dream.
So
No
I have
dream
a
whatsoever.
question.
Yeah.
What about, other people when they talk about having encounters, they describe like aliens,
Yeah.
At least I've heard some stories like that.
Yeah, and I'll answer that question. Loro Piana Daffitz. No, I had no traumatic experiences. The word traumatic, I understand the definition of traumatic. I had a positive contactee experience with space people, men, women, and children that were in a spaceship, a flying saucer type craft, and it had windows around it and it had a center energy of light that was blinking like crazy. And I went back downstairs, then came back up. The ship was still there, and they kept telling me that I felt an immense amount of love. No traumatic experiences. I don't have any traumatic experiences. Um, oh, I was answering somebody's question in the audience here about something else. Rachel, come on back about what you were saying. I'm going back and
Oh,
forth.
yeah, I meant like, I watch the History Channel. I forgot what, they have Ancient Aliens and they have the other
Oh yeah,
alien
yeah,
shows on there.
yeah.
And I don't remember which one it was, but there was people talking about their encounters with extraterrestrials, and they would describe the beings as like aliens, like not human.
Yeah, and again, it goes back to the factor, the terms that the media uses, like History Channel, they prompt up that word alien, which is something people that have to learn not to use because there's no aliens. Now, some will say, oh,
Okay.
Commander, there are aliens because they're alien, because they're not from here. So I say no. They're non-terrestrial beings of different consciousness that do not come from Earth, but there's nothing out there really called an
Okay.
alien there, because that it's like someone coming to Earth and saying to somebody who's from Japan and calling them oh, you look like you're some sort of an alien, and they come from some other world. Say, I didn't know that there were aliens on Earth. So if we start calling everybody out in the universe an alien, it's a disservice because we are using a word that the media created, which is unfair to those that come from other worlds who are coming towards Earth or visiting us, the star
Oh,
people, the light beings. It's like
so
calling
it's like
somebody
being
a
racist.
it's like it's being racist. It really is. Calling space being an alien is basically, I never said it before, but it is like a racist terminology when that word is used towards beings from other
Oh,
planets. It definitely is.
well, I don't want to
ET
do
would be
that.
good. No, so I try to teach people on my show not to use that word because it is in a sense racist. We know the word racism on Earth has the connotations towards people of different races, but for extraterrestrial beings or star people, it's just as racist on a galactic level to call them aliens when they're not aliens at all. They wouldn't even call themselves aliens, but we use that word because it's a media-based terminology that was created by the media. That's what it was created. It's a stereotype, yeah, and it was created by, and I just, that word, I just don't like it. I wish people would stop using it because I have to teach people not to use the word alien because they're not
Okay.
aliens. They're
Well,
they
I
really
won't
aren't.
say it anymore.
Oh, good, but that's good. So you, and again, I'm doing this just to get. I'm doing this on purpose to get you to not to use the word because I love hearing your stories and what you're talking about, and it gives me the impetus to keep saying, don't use that word.
Got it.
You got it. There you go. It takes time to shift from names and things that, that word's been used so much in the media and documentaries. It's going to take time for people to shift out of that one word, but I'm going to keep doing it, keep helping people shift out of that
Yeah.
languaging because it is a sense uh, a racist terminology towards people that are from other planetary systems, and they
Gotcha.
would never call humans aliens. If they meet Earth people, they call them Earth people. Our space family calls the people on Earth Earth people. They don't call them aliens.
Gotcha. Well, let
See what I
me.
mean?
What? Yes, I understand.
It takes
Yeah.
time. It takes time. I
No, I
understand that
got
too.
it. I got it. But I'd like to walk you a little bit about walk you through what happened to me,
Yeah.
kind of where and how, because I this new perspective, I guess, that I have now is new.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I had a I was undiagnosed bipolar
Mm-hmm.
my whole life up until, just a little bit ago. And
Yeah.
I had an episode where I was it was strange because I was experiencing, I guess, I was absorbing a lot of energy, I guess,
Hmm.
from nature around me and stuff.
Yeah.
And I went mad
Oh wow.
and I had to be admitted to the hospital.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but it felt real and not real at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
like what I was experiencing. And so I went through the hospital, got out, and then I had to go back again because they didn't have my medicines right.
Yeah.
And then the second time around
Mm-hmm.
is when I've started realizing, like, oh my gosh, like uh I'm feeling these energies. I'm understanding what this is now because I didn't understand it. And I was trying to make sense of it, and that's what was like
Yeah.
kind of making me go crazy, I guess.
Yeah. You're trying to figure it out.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out why I was experiencing these energies and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And uh I I was Christian. I'm not anymore
Okay.
because of this experience.
Yeah.
Uh so I'm just kind of along for the ride now because
Well, that's
I
not.
know that
Yeah.
the things are happening for a reason, but
Yeah.
I don't know, what that reason is.
Oh, you'll actually learn a lot here about the reasons as we get time goes on, the days, the weeks. On this show, you'll learn about the reasons why things are happening on a collective basis, on an individual basis with people. You're not alone at all in any sense of the word alone. There's a lot of people that watch my show all over the world that are realizing that there are other people that are like them having similar experiences. And there are going to be other people having experiences like you, whether it's 10 or 20 or 100 of them. There are people over the world having similar energies or feelings of energy. River Blues, thank you. RN Nurse, thank you for the gifts that are having experiences like you. So you're not alone, obviously. On this show, you're never alone because there's always people that have similar experiences.
And it's to do with the star people, right?
Yes. What's happening is, what that means is that, and we've talked about this, April and I have talked about this, is that there are fleets of spaceships that you cannot see around Earth right now. But there are many, many fleets, more than you can even imagine exist beyond Earth. And these fleets of spaceships are coming to Earth very quietly, very incognito, and nobody, billions and billions of human beings won't even see these ships. They're coming through different portals, and then these different portals are galactic portals where they're coming in, and they are coming and getting prepared quietly for the day of contact with people of Earth. And that day will be coming. It's not going to be 100 years from now, 2,000 years from now, 1,000 years from now, 25 years from now, 50 years from now. It's going to be happening soon. And the word soon means soon. When I say this, I speak directly with information. I don't look at websites. I don't have any books I'm reading with predictions. I'm not talking to any psychics for predictions. All my information is direct. Everything I speak of here comes from direct communications. Directly.
Oh my gosh. So how come the scientists don't know about them, or do they?
Some of the scientists do. The ones in high levels of government know that this is going to happen. People in different levels of the military, the Air Force, Naval Intelligence, CIA, NSA, all those people, the NORAD, all these people are aware of it. NASA's aware of it. They all are. They're just not talking about it because they're afraid to talk about it. The fact is, they know that there's going to be contact soon, and they're afraid to talk about it. That's what it is.
Well, I guess they're not gonna have a choice.
No, and I'll tell, and I will say this, and I've said it very firmly recently. If any government agencies are listening, which they probably are, I've stated to them very clearly, you have no choice. You're not going to cover anything up here. You have no choice. You've had 70 years of trying to control the information regarding life on other planets. You have no choice. You're not going to cover it up anymore. And when I say that, I'm very clear and very distinctly clear about my message as a talk show host, and also as my self as an Ashtar Galactic Commander from Beyond Earth. I can speak on these things. And I can say that none of those people in power who have been controlling the narrative are going to control any narrative anymore. It's over with. It's done.
Hell yeah.
You know, so what I want you to...
I'm ready to party with the star people.
And, you know, one of the things I want you to do for yourself, and I'm going to use this word because I use it with people that I want to help. So I want you to close your eyes for a minute. Are you ready to do this?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna do something kind of fun, but also it's going to help your consciousness because you have a pure heart and you've been through a number of things in your life, and you're going to have a beautiful experience. So I want to do this for you. I want you to close your eyes.
Okay.
I want you to take a deep breath in and release out of your nostrils. Do this about 3 or 4 times. Tell me when you're relaxed. Take your time. There's no rush here.
Okay.
Okay. And as you're relaxed now, how do you feel at the moment?
I feel good.
Good. That's the way we want you to do. We want you to feel good. Okay. Give me a moment. I want you to, in your relaxed mode, we're going to help you. Matter of fact, Give me a moment. Okay. So the Ashtar Command has agreed to help you out here. You're not the kind of person that's had an experience where you've been abducted or anything. This is a different thing for you. So what I'm going to do is I want you to keep your eyes closed for a moment. I want you to just say to yourself, I am Rachel, a Christed being of light.
Say again.
You're going to say, I am Rachel, I am a Christed being of light.
A what being of light? I didn't hear that word.
A Christed being of light. Christ. Yeah, I'm not using that in the 3D term. I'm using that in a galactic, cosmic filled term.
Okay.
So I am Rachel, a Christed being of light.
A Christed being of light.
I am Rachel, I am a Christed being of light.
I am Rachel, I am a Christed being of light.
And I am awake.
And I am awake.
There you go. Simple as that. How do you feel? Simple as that.
Yeah, I mean, it feels true.
Yep, it is true.
I mean,
that's the beautiful part.
I've been, like, for the past little bit, I've been like, there is something more to this than you know.
Yeah.
But I've been reluctant to call it God recently. I've been like, I don't think, you know.
But you know what? Understand that God created the whole universe. Now, people on Earth, when they see the word God, there's all these kinds of people that have conflicts over the word God. But in truth, God created the multiverse. God didn't just create one planet. God's not, egotistical about planet Earth. God has no ego. God created all the planetary systems in the universe, all the different dimensions of life. But on Earth, there are people that think God is their God, and there's only the God for Earth. God has no allegiance to one planet. That's the thing that people misinterpret on Earth.
Yeah.
Humans think God is for the only planet here in the solar system, Earth. But God created all the different consciousnesses, all the different planetary systems. And on Earth, I find it funny because Earth humans look at themselves and say, "This God is my God, and this God is not your God." It's like to have a tug of war over God, and it's a distortion about God, which has nothing to do with Earth-based religion. But Earth-based religions use the term God in their own crazy ways, which I don't quite understand. But
yeah.
So when you look at God from a cosmic realm. Look at God from a galactic level of consciousness, and you'll see that God is a beautiful being of light that creates nothing but light and love wherever God wishes to choose to do it. Every solar system, every galaxy, every different dimension of existence is a part of God's creation. It's all about light and love, about that very dynamic level of understanding. And the space people all know that God is the creator of all their planetary systems. So not just Earth, all the space people have a connection with the creator. We all do. But on Earth, we distort that. We've distorted it in Earth-based religions. So therefore, people look at God in a very limited fashion on this planet.
Yeah, I've been thinking, like, if God's more like a force of nature, more so.
Well, actually, God created nature.
Yeah. But I guess I mean, like, when I feel energy and, it's like, it feels more like, I don't know how to say it.
I kind of understand what you're saying, I think.
Like,
I kind
it
of get
comes
it.
from the planet or whatever, kind of whatever.
So God, God's energy affects all planets. It's not just Earth. God's energy is vast. It's unlimited. That's why people call God the creator. The indigenous tribes call God the creator, the great creator. But God is much more expansive than what human beings think God is, and therefore we get caught up in that whole thing. Whether people, there's so many people that have conversations about God, and not half of them misinterpret what God is and create God in their own image, which is basically limiting God, because God has got no limitations whatsoever.
Right.
you know.
And a lot of, I've been thinking a lot of religions do.
Yeah. It's really kind of amazing that way. I think that happens a lot with people because people are, well, look, we're programmed. It's natural for us to be programmed. We're programmed by the books we read in every decade, all the books from high school and college and universities. We look at these things. Our teachers teach us things that are from a 3D perspective. They never look at things from beyond the 3D perspective, and that becomes a problem.
Yeah.
So that's to me is when we talk about God. I just want people to know that the space people look at God from a very universal perception of reality, whereas Earth, we have different people creating their own gods, which doesn't exist. They create these fake gods instead of looking at the fact that God created everything in the universe, and all the love and all the light was created by that one God for all the different planetary systems. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and drop down here. I'm about to go to bed.
Oh, I'll let you go, Rachel. And I appreciate you being here. I appreciate your interaction. I thank you for being here.
Absolutely.
You've been a great guest. And I think everybody, let's give you a hand for coming on Encounters. We thank you.
Thank you. And I will be back for more.
I know you will. You get some rest and have a great night.
Thank you.
All right. Well, that was Rachel. Let me just do this here, help her out. And that is one of our guests for tonight. And let me see. I thought I saw I'm Shy. I'm Shy. Are you out there? I thought I saw her popping in. Now, TikTok is kind of funny that way. It seems like someone's popping in and I don't even know it. Is I'm Shy here? River Blues, thank you. I'm Shy tends to be a little bit shy, but not totally shy. I'm Shy. Are you out there? I saw you popping up on my screen, so I'm assuming she was here for a few minutes, and maybe she has something she'd like to share. I have to make a new goal. Now, I'm Shy is our DOD contact. I do believe she stopped in here for a minute to see what was happening. We're going to do new goal here, and we're going to do some more of these hats. So we're going to change our thing here. All right, we just pinned our goal. So that was good. Tar! That's all I got to say. That hat brings out the best in me. That hat does. So welcome if you're new to this show. And this is Encounters, the late night spiritual UFO talk show. We just had Rachel on here. If you'd like to be a guest, you have to be over 18. No kids on the show. No foul language, no drugs, no smoking, no drinking. Definitely keep it focused. No paranormal discussion. We deal strictly with the cosmic galactic area. Hey, Johnny. So we're glad to have everybody here. Give me one moment. We'll be right back. All right, we are back with you here. Welcome to another edition of Encounters. You're just stopping in. Welcome. We're at about 20,000. We need to get to 100,000 likes tonight. How you do the likes is you tap on the screen of my screen here, your screen on your phone. As you tap, it'll bring up the numbers. It'll start the hearts rolling. So we're not used to saying, how does his numbers go up? To like him, you have to tap on the screen. And if everybody does that, please share. Susan Mary, thank you for joining us. Hello, Scuba. Banco, woohoo, good to see you. And if you have any questions for me while we're waiting for some new guests to come on here, please let me know. It's good to have everyone stopping in here. And again, we like to hear about your encounters. That means if you were visited by space people, we want to hear your story. If you've been abducted years ago, let us know about that. Let's hear your story. If you've seen mer people or fairies or crop circles or anything in the galactic cosmic area of discussion on encounters here on UFO Encounters, we'd love to have you in here. Susan Mary, thank you for the hand heart. We appreciate that. We certainly do. Hey, Grace, good. I think Grace is in here. Hey, Grace, good evening. Ghost, Johnny Knoll, I think it is. Knoll? I think it's Knoll. Timothy, welcome. Bill Jones. Skip to Grace, welcome. Grace has a tendency to skip. She likes to skip to Grace all the time. That's why she's called Skip to Grace. That's just kidding you. Hey, Grace. Cricket. Millicent. Cargo Co. Good to see you. Rush Kid. Sassy Lady. That's a good name. Sassy Lady. FBI, welcome to the show. Care Bear. That's a good name, too. A lot of good people out here. And also, if you've have you seen the video of spaceships in Kentucky? I have not yet seen it, Marlene. I'd love to see it. When was it taken? Hey, I'm Shy. I'm Shy. How you doing? Would you like to come on tonight? Would you like to come on and share some wisdom? That's my friend, my longtime friend since last year, actually. And she's definitely like a friend. If she was in my neighborhood, we'd be having coffee together. So it's interesting how things have transpired with this show since I've been on since last year. It's amazing how many people I've interviewed. Would tomorrow work? Yes. Tomorrow night? Yes. Tomorrow night we'll have you on, I'm Shy. We'll have you on tomorrow night. We get on after 11 and we'll be happy to. How's everything going? I hope you're doing well and you're a happy camper. I'm just saying hello to I'm Shy. She's our contact. Yeah, so we're going to have Shy on tomorrow night. And it's been a real long time. And we've been pretty much in contact on and offline, but we've never stopped knowing that each other is here. And we'll have her on tomorrow night. We'll be happy to. On the number one spiritual UFO talk show, and really this show has become explosive, number one in what we do, because we're different. We're not like wearing suits and ties and those people with the big studios that have all the glitter and everything, the big microphones. We don't need the big microphones. We don't need all the glitter. All we need to do is get to disclosure, tell the truth, hear your stories. And if you listen to people's stories, there's a lot of people out here that are having amazing things happen or had terrible experiences with abductions, which I think is the most terrible thing anybody can go through. We've heard all those stories. So you're going to hear stuff here that you don't hear on YouTube or even on TikTok because we're doing a talk show. And all these other things, people yell at each other, they scream. I don't know how people get to a conclusion to an answer to something when they're all yelling at each other. I mean, I've seen it on here. When I first came on, I said, boy, this is what these people do. I really feel kind of sorry for them, that they do that. And I wish people would grow up and learn to communicate and interact with each other. But I know what I'm doing because I've been on radio for 21 years. So, yeah, Rita says they showed some beautiful footage of Mars. I think it was on Facebook. Interesting, Rita. Hey, Cliff, good to see you, Papa Smurf. And as you know, I have a full gallon of apple cider because for whatever reason, I don't eat a lot of apples during the apple orchard season, but I do drink a lot of apple cider. And some people on talk shows will drink coffee or something or water. I drink apple cider. That's just my preference. And thank God it's Thursday going into Friday. The weekend's almost here. And a lot of good things happen. I've been quietly looking at UFO video footage that people send me. And there's stuff out there that are experiencing. A lot more people are videotaping these spaceships. I think it's Sarissa Pond 301. Welcome. A lot of people are recording things now. With the advent of cell phones, especially all the technology of all these phones, people are taping what they see. Some of the videotapes are really good. Some are like not clear, but at least people are documenting a lot of what they're seeing around the world, which is UFO activity or spaceship activity that isn't necessarily connected to reverse engineered technology, which does exist also, but there's a lot of other things that are going on that are beyond comprehension. Yaya, good to see you, Yaya. Thanks for becoming a subscriber, Yaya. We appreciate it. We have 27 subscribers now on my show. You can become a subscriber, and you can subscribe for one month, 2 months, whatever you wish to do. Become a subscriber. I don't mention it enough, but I'd love to have more subscribers, as well as if you want to, do a Venmo, you can go on my Cash App Venmo and make a pledge on there. Not a pledge, but support my program that way. So there's many ways you can actually do the things that we do here. Carol Suzy Q says she's saying after June 20th, whistleblowers will be protected. Is there a new? Yeah, that's right. I think there's a new law going into effect about whistleblowers. I think I read something about that. Yes, I believe that. Embrace the beauty of all. Yeah, I'd like to see those new photos from the Mars rover, what it's actually showing. Stephen Greer's heading this whole thing about protection. Well, that's interesting. I find that very interesting. Like I said, I met Stephen Greer in the 1990s. I got to interview him on my show called the Intergalactic TV Network. That was my first time using TV with VHS tape and interviewing Dr. Greer when he first started out. I think we have a person I know that wishes to speak. And we have Trisha. Hey, Trisha North. We're going to bring you on, Trisha. Good to have you back on with us. And you might have heard Trisha be on my show before. Trisha, welcome to the show. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
We're doing fantastic and good to have you on. And so what would you like to share with our audience tonight?
It's been a long month for me.
Yeah.
A lot of things have happened. I don't know if April told you anything that was going on with Deborah and I.
No, I haven't heard anything. Just please share.
Okay, because I've been talking to April too. Okay, for about a month ago, for about 2 weeks, I experienced like intense joy, like you were on something, kind of joy.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And it was like 2 weeks straight, and I didn't know what was going on. And it was probably the most joy I've ever had in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And when Deborah came up on your show, and she was asking for help because she wasn't communicating with Lee, and she couldn't, I don't know, get a connection with her in her group. She was asking for help, and I got this intense feeling that I had to help her somehow. And Ashtar actually spoke to me.
So tell me, let me stop you for a minute. So when you say Ashtar spoke to you, was it telepathically in your mind? That's telepathy.
Yes.
He communicated telepathically. So go ahead. I just wanted to make, and also for people to know who Ashtar is, he really is a human being. His name is Ashtar, and he oversees one sector of the command in the universe. But go ahead.
He said he just kept pushing me that I really needed to help her, and that she needed help right away, and that he was telling me that I was strong and that I was a warrior.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know what any of that meant. Yes, I didn't know what any of that meant at first.
Do you want to understand? Do you at first? Okay, if you already know what it is, then that's fine.
Yeah, he's told me since. Yeah, it's been a journey.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Go ahead.
And so that's why, if everybody was on your show, they watched me try to get in contact with Deborah. I was in the chat trying to catch her attention because he kept pushing me intensely to get in contact with her and help her. And she would be on here tonight. She's just not feeling well. Deborah isn't.
Well, I hope she feels better. Yeah.
Yeah, she's tired. She wanted me to ask you what you thought of all this, so that's why I'm telling you.
Okay. What I think about what's happening with you.
It's a story. It may take a while.
We need to hear the story. I think people would love to hear the story.
And so she finally messaged me that night, and we actually talked on the phone, and it was like instant. It was like we knew each other.
Yeah.
It was awesome. And she said that Ashtar told her that to watch your show, that he would be sending somebody to help.
Ashtar would be sending somebody to help you or her?
Her.
Okay.
And she thinks it's me. I hope that I'm helping her. I have been helping her and guiding her from what he says. We figured a lot of stuff out.
You must be the person then that's helping her.
Yeah. We figured a lot of stuff out. She says I've helped her, and she's actually progressing in her abilities, and she's getting stronger. She really is.
Wow. Now, when you say she's getting stronger in her abilities, can you kind of elaborate to our audience what you mean by that?
She's picking up more things. She's getting clearer information.
Yeah.
From Ashtar.
Yeah. Oh, she is. Yeah, Deborah does.
And he'll even tell her stuff about me, and she'll relay it to me.
Ashtar actually knows a lot about a lot of people. If he gets to know you, he does that.
Yeah, he's really cool. He really is.
Oh yeah, he's very, very cool. He knows a lot about people. He knows, if he knows you individually, he can read your energy. He'll know a lot about who you are, where you came from, everything.
Yes, he knows where I came from.
And what did he say about what did he tell you about that? Did he say anything?
It's a lot. Yeah, he told me that, because I didn't know anything about Ashtar before this. I really didn't. I have no idea.
Of course you didn't. Nobody did.
No, it's hard to even imagine what he would be like, or anything that he would say to you.
Yeah. No, Ashtar, I know Ashtar very well. I met Ashtar years ago in the early 90s.
Yeah, Ashtar watches the show.
I know, Ashtar does watch the show. The thing is, people on here who are watching the show, there's some people, you're not going to believe this, and here's another person just confirming it. I already know this. They have monitors on the spaceship. Now, we're not talking like the 40, 50-inch TV sets at Walmart. These are specific monitors that monitor and can watch my show. So the space people of the command watch my show every night. They watch it. They watch it from the spaceship.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of people watching on those spaceships, I guarantee you.
He monitors everything. I mean, he is on it.
Oh, yeah, he does.
He told me that he's known my space family. My star family, because I never used star family before he started using that phrase.
Yes.
I always said space family, but he says star family.
It's accurate what Ashtar is saying to you. Star family is an accurate wording of that. That would be correct.
And he said he's known my star family forever, that they have been that he's known me forever.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he has. And did he say how he knew you? Go ahead.
He said that that he pulled me in to help, and that almost like he wasn't going to, but something happened and he needed me, and that I was one of his best warriors, that he trained me.
Yeah. So in the space levels, there are not really any warriors. Well, that's the terminology.
He keeps telling me, you're a warrior. You're strong.
Well, you'd be as strong in your cosmic spirit for sure. And if you elaborate with him on the word warrior, he's probably talking about your cosmic abilities to stand very much in the light of the Christ levels of consciousness.
Maybe he puts it in a way that I understand it, because
he does.
Sometimes they talk in the wording. Way,
yeah,
and it's just wording. The way that you understand it. It's not exactly what they would say.
Mm-hmm. No, I think that's very true. He'll word things in a way that you can understand it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think what he means is Alicia's right. I think he looks at you as a warrior of light. So
that makes
that makes more sense. So if you ask him if you are a warrior of light, yes, you are one of many warriors of light. So that would be absolutely correct.
Yes, and he tells me stuff to help her and guide her. I'm not even sure if I'm on her team or not. Her 5 yet.
Yeah.
But I know that I'm supposed to help.
I think you are. I think there is a connection, obviously. I think in the end you will be part of her 5. So for people who don't know what we're talking about, there are groups of 5 that are going to come together. One person is going to be the core person, and the other 4 people will come together that are contacted by the core person. And then eventually those people will have slightly different experiences on their own.
See, she lives in Alabama. I live in Tennessee, so we're kind of like in the same area like you all are in your group.
Right.
I don't know if that's the way that it's going to be or what. But...
Well, there'll be 5 groups per group, each part of the world, wherever the command decides to set up these groups. Someone's going to be the beacon or the contact for that. Yeah. So there will be 5 in each group. We don't even have an idea. April and I don't have an idea who the other beyond your group, and then there's another group.
Yes.
These groups will be pretty much popping up all over the world, and then these groups will go off planet eventually together, and they will come back to Earth to help the people of Earth in terms of understanding whatever the mission is.
Georgia. She lives in Georgia.
Georgia, okay. Yeah, that's right.
I don't know why I said Alabama, but
I don't know. It happens. Hey, look, it's you're good.
But it's just been a lot, and I wanted to tell everybody it's not easy. It's not. There's a lot of changes in your body. There's it's kind of a shock. It really is, because you have to go through so many changes, and I had a lot of headaches, and it's just a lot because Deborah has had him with her for a long time.
Deborah has,
I didn't know anything about it. Yeah, she knows I'm nervous because I try to get her to come up here with me, but she's tired. But it's a big story to tell, and then you have to tell everybody what it's like, and it's and I never expected anything like that to happen.
And the reason why it did is because there is this connection that both of you have, and there will be actually 3 more people that will be in the group that you guys are having, that will happen at some point. And it's if it hasn't happened yet, it will down the road definitely happen. There'll be 5 in your group. We have our 5 here in the Northeast, and there'll be other groups of 5 that the Ashtar Command will choose in terms of getting people prepared for major contact on the Earth, which is going to happen and whatever level that's going to be. At least we know it's about 1.5 years out.
Yes, I think that it's soon. He told us we had time to get our team together, to work it out. There's going to be like snags, and if Lee doesn't decide to be in the group because we don't think she's going to be, it has to be her decision. and she's not having contact right now.
Yeah, she'll have to make that decision, and that will be a free will decision. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to let you talk for a minute. I'm running out of gasoline here, which is apple cider.
You cannot make someone be in your group, and
and if they're not ready to do it, then there might be someone else. There could be someone else that will be ready. So no worries. Either way, it's all good. And one person, whoever the person is, maybe they'll switch to another person. You know.
Yeah, he said that someone else would be chosen.
Yeah. Somehow that'll work. Give me a minute. I'm going to get some more apple cider here on Encounters. I'm going to let you talk a little bit, and I shall be right back on Encounters right here on TikTok.
Yeah. Deborah is really good at talking to Ashtar, and she gets messages about me all the time, and she tells me how, you know, I could be better at something, or if I doubt Ashtar, he will give her a message to give to me, or me to give a message to her, you know, when you're having doubts, because it's in your mind. Deborah's on here. Deborah Comfort. Yeah, River Blues is Deborah Comfort. She's gonna have a group of 5.
She is on here. She's watching the program.
Yeah, I just don't know whether, you know, I think that I'm her third, but I think it's in flux right now because of Lee. You know, because
we'll have to get Lee back on here.
And
we'll have to have Lee back on here. I'd like to get
talking to her, and she is not responding.
She isn't. Okay, if I see Lee on here, I'll bring her up here, and I actually would like to get you, Deborah, and Lee on here together and see how the energies kind of mesh when it comes to this. You know, a person saying, "How are you choosing?" Well, actually, Ashtar, the humans don't choose anything, but Ashtar works with Deborah, who's been a guest on my show, and she's a telepathic communicator with Commander Ashtar, who I know very well. So Ashtar, and we know that there are going to be groups of 5 all over the world. We don't know who these people are. We obviously, how would we know? I'm not that smart for that in that particular realm of smartness. But we know that there will be 5s everywhere, and there'll be 1 key person per group and 4 additional people per group in different parts of the world. So this is the way it's going to work. This is the way the space people have configured it to happen. So we have no control over that. That will be happening from our star family, people like Ashtar, who's telepathically communicating with Deborah, who's been on my show. We're not talking about channeling, we're talking about telepathic communications. So people need to know there's a difference there, you know?
I don't have to go anywhere. He's with me or he's not. It's like he goes to one place and then he'll come back, and then he'll be with her, and then one day, and then he'll be with me. It's just...
Yeah. So he's communicating telepathically in your mind too.
Yes.
You see? Ashtar had told me a long time ago that he was never going to channel again, even though people say they channel him on Facebook. Ashtar does not channel through people, but he can be telepathic. And obviously with Deborah and with Trisha, they're having communications through what we call telepathy with Ashtar. And if you don't know much about Ashtar, let me know, because I know everything about Ashtar.
I'm still learning, space. But every day I find something new.
Deborah says he's staying close because he's helping me like guidance.
Yeah. He does that to me too.
Well, he wants you both to be centered. He wants to prepare you for the group that you're going to be in terms of doing the mission work.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he's doing.
He was really pushing me to get on tonight because of the lady before. She was talking about, you know, aliens, and he was telling me, no, they're star people.
Yeah, they are. They're actually star people.
And that for nobody to be scared of them, that people think of them like boogie monsters, you know, like they're bad, but they're not.
No, they're not. It's just the Earth-based precision of that is it's just Earth-based media has this I can't even think of the word. They've actually, hey Skip, they've actually distorted who Ashtar is, and we can also blame the advent of social media and internet websites where people have created all kinds of things about a space being called Ashtar, yet half of the people don't even know who he is. They think they do. But I know because I had communications with Ashtar back in the early 90s. So did my friend Ashtar Athena. She was the one who I connected with back in the period of time, who's a contactee from the contactee movements of the 50s and 60s, and she's always had contact with Commander Ashtar. So Commander Ashtar is, he's a very, he has a sense of humor, but he's also when he gets serious, he can be very serious.
Yes. But he's funny.
When he gets serious, it's for a reason. Go ahead.
He treats
me like family, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can be.
He says that for me to look at him like an uncle.
Mm-hmm.
That he was so close with my star family that he was there for me when I was little.
Really?
In that star family, yes.
Wow, very, very, very interesting. So you never know who's going to be with you, in these times of great change that are happening. A lot of stuff going on. Well, Alicia, Trisha, my mind is like all out there, but it's because I've been amped up all night here since I got on.
I could feel it. The energy is really high.
Oh yeah, it's very high. So far, nothing cosmically weird has happened, like my sister coming into the room yet from a rift on the ship. But I know they can now, if they decide to come in and visit me, they can come visit me anytime they wish.
She had something happen to her when we were on the phone together.
Really?
The first night we talked, she said that we were on the phone together. She was outside on her porch, and something come up behind her and was breathing, and I don't know whether it growled or it was I don't know, but it was a bad space being or a thing. I don't know what it was.
And who had this happen?
Deborah.
When did she have that happen?
It was when we were on the phone together when we first met.
Oh, okay.
And she says it's probably because we were starting to pull our group together.
It could be.
It was trying
nothing can stop you from starting your group. You're well protected. Matter of fact,
just heavy breathing. It was heavy breathing, she said.
Heavy breathing. Yeah. So let me see. How do you feel? You feel pretty good?
Who, me? Or
yeah.
her? Yeah, I feel fine.
Good. You're good.
I just don't think they mess with me. They haven't done anything to me, or I haven't seen anything like that.
They won't be able to miss
her. Protect her property and her home. I told her that what Ashtar told me, to light a candle and to say no beings, only beings of Christ, beings of what was it? Christed beings of light can come in my property or in my home, and that's what he told me to say.
Christed beings, and that's right. You're being very specific.
Yes.
Christed beings of light can come in my property or my home, because you're very specific. The term Christed beings of light. No one else but the Christed beings of light, and that makes a big difference.
Yeah, and the next day she had like a time rift or something happen.
Mm-hmm. Like a time rift. Well, a rift is an opening where the space people can come through.
She relived a moment.
Oh, she relived a moment. I'm thinking of the other definition, but go ahead.
It happened twice, but Ashtar said that because he's going in and out of it, their time is not the same as ours. Their time is happening at the same time.
Right. So, they don't have time up in space. They don't have any
sometimes time. It does that, and it's going to happen more.
Yeah.
Because of the more the space beings are coming in and out.
Oh, without a question. All over the world.
Yeah. It's going to... I don't remember what he called it either.
Mm-hmm.
But see, he talks to me and I say stuff to her and I don't remember what I say.
You know what you need to do? You need to keep a journal and take notes of what
yeah.
Ashtar is saying. I would take notes of his telepathic communications. And if you do that, you can remember the next day or the next morning what it is that Ashtar communicated to you or Deborah. That would be interesting.
Sometimes he tells me things and I just say it to her because it was in the moment and I don't remember it. So yeah, I'll have to start writing it down.
Yeah, I think that would be certainly a good thing to do. Let me just turn on the air conditioning in here in this room. It's getting awfully hot here. Let's see. Okay, we just turned on the air just to cool off the room a bit here, which is good. Much better. So, one person, River Blue keeps a journal on her bed, which is a good thing to do. So that's a beautiful way of doing things.
I think Deborah needs to do that too. That way she
Deborah should. Oh yeah, I think everybody should keep a journal when they're having positive ET contact or space people contact. Keep a journal. I mean, a journal is a really good thing to keep when you're having these phenomenal things happen.
Yeah, it's really you doubt yourself, but I can't doubt myself anymore because it went too far.
Now, this person, Daredevil, says, I wish they would quit sticking me with needles. They're trying to clone me. Let's bring that person up here. I want to find out who they are.
Okay.
Let me see if I can see their profile picture better. Okay, we're gonna help that. We're gonna have to help that person. Daredevil 68 is having what it sounds like abduction experiences. Daredevil 68, are you with us?
Yeah.
Yeah, welcome to the show. I was reading your comment, and can you tell us where you are and when this all started happening?
Well, it's a long story.
I'm sure it is.
I'm 55 now, but this happened when I started happening when I was 6.
Okay.
Some guys walked through my yard, and a 6,000-year-old Satan jumped into me, and I wanted to start over because what they took from me was my childhood. And so I decided to jump off a 3-story building when I was 6 years old, and wanted to start over because of what they took from me. And so when I jumped off the building, an angel caught me and set me on the ground. And I didn't die that day because I had been ordained. Well, since then, my dad, he was drinking coffee later on while I was getting older. And there was a fence that my dad said, I can't believe what happened. He goes, it said right through the fence on the other side, we are watching you.
Really?
Yeah. And my dad thought it was for him. And while we were sitting there drinking coffee, I told him, I said, we were talking about the story about that day that happened. And I told him that wasn't for you, Dad. That was for me because of what happened to me that day when I jumped off that building. They seen that. Okay. And they wondered why I didn't die that day. I'm sure of it. And that's why they said, we are watching you. And the fence lit up on the other side. Somehow they shined the light through the fence completely to where it said, we are watching you, right?
Yeah.
Well, later on, when I got older, I started to get these needle marks that were like in my buttocks, and they just itched and itched. It wasn't just a bite. It was, I took a magnifying glass, a mirror, and looked and seen that it was a triangle, and that isn't a bite. That's a needle mark, right?
Wow. Yeah.
And it just kept itching for like months, and then it would stop itching, and then then I moved into this apartment building, right? And this guy downstairs said, "Hey, an alien landed in our yard," and I was like, whatever, you know. And I looked out our top window. I looked out our top window, and I looked down, and there was a perfect circle of an alien ship that had landed, right? And sure enough, I had another needle mark in the side of my ass again. I'm like, what in the hell, you know? And that itched for another few months, you know. And then after that, it landed again. There was another landing, same burn spot in the grass and everything. You know, it was about 5 by 5 or maybe 6 by 6, I would say, or circle wise. And all the grass was burnt, and the rest of the grass was perfectly green.
Yeah.
You know,
well, that's what they did, is because you had a spaceship land in that. That's a typical historical thing that all these documented cases is that when there are burn marks in a circle from the ship landing, those are usually from a smaller craft that probably comes from somewhere else and was there. And therefore, if the craft was there, during the time that circle was there, did you get abducted by the, you were abducted. What year was that?
That was 3 years ago.
3 years ago. Wow. That's not that far. 3 years is hardly, like a really long time ago. That's amazing.
Right.
Did you get to see what they looked like, the ETs that abducted you?
No, because see, they must have some kind of a visible way of getting through doors or whatever. I don't know what the heck the deal is there, where they can get through objects and then be in your room and give you a shot and try taking your blood or whatever, you know. I'm at my mom's house now, and I was sleeping, and I got another shot in my arm this time, and my arm is still itching, and it's all full of like pox, almost looks like pox, and it's just itching to beat hell, man. It's been itching for like the last 3 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you do well, obviously it's related to your abductions, correct?
Right. And I don't know what the hell is going on here. You know, why they, you know, well, there's a big reason why. And see, I got a really big religious background from, I'm not nuts or nothing, man. I'm an artist. I'm an inventor. I invented a bike that beats gravity, all sorts of stuff, right, that the Lord helped me with. And that ain't out yet, but it's going to be real soon here. I'm going to be a millionaire really quick here pretty soon, you know. But
let me ask you a question about the abductions. Whenever I hear a story intently like this, if you've never watched my show enough to see me, for the last couple of weeks I do a thing where I come from Mars. That's where I come from. I'm human. I have a regular job like other human beings do, but I'm not from here. And I work with a group called the Ashtar Command, which are Christed beings of light from other planetary worlds. What I've been doing is, when I hear that people have been abducted, be it 3 years ago or even 2 years ago or even like a month ago, I feel a responsibility to stop the ETs that have been doing the abductions. I don't do it myself. I have Ashtar Command ships that will come over your location, and they will come into your house, and they will clear all the energy of the abduction scenario, the energy of those ETs that abducted you.
Well, listen to this, man. Sorry to interrupt you, but listen to this. I got a letter in the mail one time, and it was from something like that said, hey, if you do this and this, we'll make you rich as all hell, you know, because of what you are I don't know, what you're a part of, you know, something like that along them lines. And I'm like, not a part of that, man. But, you know, it just kind of stopped me in my tracks because of what was going on in my life with the alien kind of stuff, you know. And I'm like, maybe I am part of something bigger than what I am right now, you know, because the Lord tells me that I am from the throne, literally from the throne, straight off the throne. I was a white lion, and they took me as a white lion, and they turned me into an angel. And then we had a big, huge race in heaven. And then that race I won, And before that even happened, I had a vision. Before God told me all this, I had a vision of a guy in a brown suit when I was about 7 years old, and everybody was around him cheering and, you know, partying and all this stuff. And the guy in the brown suit was crying.
Yeah.
The guy in the brown suit was Satan, I found out later on. And
we try to stay away from the paranormal stuff because it is a UFO spiritual talk show. So paranormal, you didn't know this, but paranormal is one of the things on the list that we don't get into. There's too many paranormal shows that would get into that stuff.
Okay.
We stay away from it.
All right, that's fine. But what I'm saying is they see that I am different, way different. And that's why they're coming after me, man. That's why they're trying to clone me. That's why they're trying to be me. Because nobody on Earth has beaten gravity but me.
Right.
Not NASA, nobody.
Let me ask you a question. So the negative ETs are trying to, and it's been documented that there are ETs that have, well, the ETs themselves have cloned themselves out of their human emotions. The Zeta have a history of the Zeta Reticuli did that. A number of other lower vibrational ETs have done that. But hearing your story, I would like to do so. I'm like really amped up right now for some reason. I am like really amped up.
Right.
I wanted to do something. I'm being guided by the command itself to help you. If you've never seen what I do here, I don't have pendulums. I don't have cards flipping in the air. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't do any of that mumbo jumbo. Everything I do here is because I'm not from this planet. And what I want to do for you is something that's going to affect you in a very beautiful way if you'll let me do it. But I have to ask your permission.
Yeah, go for it, man. As long as it ain't going to turn me into no Martian or nothing, I'm fine with it.
No, I'm going to turn you into a marshmallow. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's all good. So
good
we're going to do
man, but I'm wondering why the hell they keep doing this to me, man, because, they can't be me, man.
No, let me tell you something. No one's going to be doing anything after I get done to you. Just after we get done doing this, you're going to have a amazing awakening experience on a cosmic level that's going to blow your mind. So if you give me I'm going to do this for you now. Everyone I've done this for has experienced exactly this. So I want you to close your eyes and I want you to take a deep breath. Breathe in and breathe out of your nostril 3 or 4 times. And take your time. There's no rush. It's not a race to do this.
Okay.
Okay. So you tell me how you feel at the moment.
Feel fine.
Okay. Do you feel a little bit more relaxed than you did just before?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I do. Yeah.
That's only the beginning, because what we're going to do is going to be way different than just being relaxed. So right now, I want you to close your eyes. I want you to clear your mind of everything you're thinking of. That's really, really important.
Okay.
As you clear your mind of everything, all your belief systems, wherever you come from, whatever you've been reading, forget all that stuff for the moment.
Okay.
I'm going to ask our command. We're going to send a spaceship over your location. Whereabouts are you located?
I'm in Bertha, Minnesota.
Minnesota. Okay.
Yep, Minnesota.
Okay, that's all we need to know. Give me a moment. So we're sending a ship over that part of Minnesota right now. It's going to be a cloak craft about 20,000 feet above your location.
Okay.
We're sending, 15 of our space people off the ship. Give me a moment. Keep your eyes closed. Okay. They're going to be on the outside of your house. Do you have a basement area?
I'm living in a van. I'm in a van.
You're in a van. Okay, that's unusual, but most definitely okay.
Lord put me here.
All right. Well, the van is fine. So we're going to work with you in the van level.
Okay.
We're sending
the silver van, not the red one, the silver one. There's a red one next to me.
The Astro Command is saying a perimeter. They're going to be in a circle outside of the van, some of them. They actually, 2 of them are going to be coming in the van. They can actually come through without even opening anything.
Yeah, I figured so.
Okay, so keep your eyes closed for a moment. I actually keep them closed.
Yeah, they're closed.
Okay. I want the man and the woman. They're about 7 or 8 feet tall, but they won't be affected by whatever height your ceiling is on your van. They will be able to
Right.
do what they have to do. I want you to come closer to my guest. And what's your first name?
Daniel. Actually, Dan.
Daniel. Dan. Okay, so Dan, I want you to keep your eyes closed. Relax. I would like the woman, these are both people from our medical assistance team on the ship.
Okay.
They're going to touch your forehead and one's going to touch your neck. When that happens, don't think about it, just relax. There's no rush. When that happens, just let me know. It could be a vibration, a tingle. There's going to be a number of things that people are affected differently. It's going to be, what they're going to do is, they're going to clear your mind of any negative thoughts that came through over the years since that you've been abducted. They're also going to clear your etheric level of your energy, of your body, and the physical body. They're going to clear all the things that were done to you by the negative ETs that had abducted you. Keep your eyes closed, please.
Yep.
The man and the woman, please show him that you're there. Please show him now that you're there in the van with him. Please show him that you are there.
I can feel him touching my neck.
Yes, they're there touching your neck right now. What they're going to do is clear your etheric body from what the negative ETs did to you. They're also going to readjust your consciousness of your brain, which was slightly messed with by the negative ETs. They're also going to, in the perimeter of the outside of the area of where you are, they're going to go after the negative ETs that have been trying to essentially invade your space.
Right.
They know where they are. The Ashtar Command is going after them, and the Ashtar Command will capture them. The Ashtar Command will send them on a spaceship on a one-way ticket out. They don't like the idea that they're going to have to leave, but they're going to be forced to leave. They can't. They cannot battle the Ashtar Command. The Ashtar Command is way, way, way higher in frequency. There's no competition here, and I'm telling them right now, you're going to be gone in a few minutes. We're sending them off planet. I'm working at a different consciousness at the moment because of this. I'm not just being a talk show host right now. I'm working in my Ashtar Command consciousness. I've shifted my consciousness in order to help you.
Thank you.
I want you to keep your eyes closed.
Yep.
They're going to do a lot of work on you because you were really affected by what happened. And they're going to work on every aspect of you. Once they are done, they're going to stay with you for till Saturday, Earth time. By Saturday of Earth time, they will then leave off planet back on the ship.
Okay.
All 15 of them will stay in the area. And whatever was written or said is going to be erased by the negative, that the watching of you, the ones that were watching you, they are now going to be found. The ones that said they were watching you constantly.
Yeah.
Ashtar Command is going after them, and they are going to be taken off planet. You're never going to have anything happen again. We're not going to allow it to happen again. We are going to take the negative beings that were saying that they're watching you. We are now going after them right now as I speak on this show. We're going after them. They will no longer be able to touch it.
My invention, is it? Or anything like that?
It has nothing to do with your invention. It has to do with the fact that they were going after, and you're not the only one over the years, people that have been abducted. We are now capturing the Zeta, the reptilians, and others that are involved in with the government in trying to abduct human beings as you had been abducted. We are now going to stop it. I am very much activated right now. I'm very amped up. You might notice if you're watching me, my energy shifted, and we are now working with you directly.
Can I open my eyes?
Yes, you may.
All right, my eyes are open now. Okay.
How do you feel? They're still working on your neck, and also going to be the woman
touching my forehead, and I can still feel them touching my neck.
Yes, they're both working on you. The reason why she's touching your forehead is she's not just touching it to touch it. She's infusing light energy into your body, into your cellular structure. So they're reconfiguring your cellular structure, and they're reactivating and your DNA codements in your body right now.
Okay.
So I'm actually telling you what they're doing.
Telling me
what they're doing.
Yeah, I knew they could come through solid walls and stuff like that. I just knew that.
Yes.
I was like, man, I got cameras in my place and everything for my invention,
Yes.
and I couldn't catch them on my cameras or nothing.
Yes.
I'm like, that's pretty cool, but
Well,
like,
but
I wish I had that.
between now, Daniel or Dan, between now and Saturday, by the time they leave your location in the van,
Right,
they're also putting devices around your property where you are.
right,
These devices will put a bubble of protection and etheric, like a translucent energy around your van. It's going to
nice.
be like a big bubble, like a huge bubble bigger than your van.
Because
And
I know they've been coming in my van while I've been sleeping. Even, I'm like, what
yeah,
the hell's
well,
going on?
they're not going to be able to do that anymore. They're going to be gone. No more. No more
All right,
invading. No more of the negativities coming in your van. We're
because I mean, I'm
stopping it
like
right
really
now.
vulnerable outside in this van.
Yeah. Well, your van is going to be protected. The command is going to protect you. They will monitor you when they need to. They will make sure that I guarantee you that the negative ones that were trying to come in your van are being chased off the planet. They're being gathered right now as I speak.
You know,
And it's
there's
really important. Say
there's
again?
there's things that the Lord has told me about them, and He knows why they're around, and He won't tell me exactly the answer to that.
Well, just know that one thing, the earth-based knowledge of Jesus is a little bit inaccurate. Jesus actually came to the planet Earth as a star being, but on earth-based religions, his knowledge was distorted somewhat by humans who created all these different books and all these different earth-based religions.
Right, right.
In truth, Jesus is a star being, a very loving person. He has a sense of humor,
I've
and
heard of that. I've heard that
yeah,
before.
my friend April has met Jesus. She works with me up in Vermont. She's been on the spaceship about 26, 27 times. My father and my non-biological mother and my two sisters and brother are from the spaceship of the Ashtar Command. And when you get to talk to April, you'll learn a lot about what we're doing here in terms of facilitating the eventual contact on Earth for people of our star family. And that means everybody. It's going
Well,
to be a beautiful thing, And you have a very beautiful energy about you,
it's
and you're not going. You have a very light energy.
yep.
I'm amazed you made it through the abduction experiences without being what's the word? You have been affected, but you haven't let it destroy you, which is a good thing.
No, because they say I'm like the strongest form of a. They say that I am the strongest form of an angel in human form, walking the earth today. That's what they say. That's
Well,
why I've
yeah,
been being watched.
and there's also many people like you, men and women who are from that level of energy, the angelic realm that exists. You're not alone in that. There's out of the billions of humans, there are others like you around the planet. Wherever they are, they do exist. So
They,
as this thing proceeds to happen, Dan,
right?
being given the message to you that by Saturday they're going to have a permanent bubble around your land area. Are you out in the country?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
they're going to protect you. You're going to be protected for permanently right now. They're not going to have any problems here. You won't be having any negative interactions whatsoever. I can guarantee it.
That's awesome. I
Yeah.
just something told me to stop and talk to you for some reason, and I'm like, what the heck? I'm gonna just let them know what I went through and what I've been going through, and it's the truth, man. And nobody can really adapt to it, and even what I'm going through, it's something that's for the entire world, man. I'm not just here to 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 be rich, it's not about
Right.
money. It's about making other people happy and making other people get
Right.
through this life,
Right.
that's here on earth.
Right.
And that's what
It's
I'm
a
here for. My light is so bright in me. I know this much. My light is so bright in me. It's brighter than any other human being on earth.
Can I
That
say
much
something?
I know.
Okay, Trisha. Yeah, Trisha, our friend Trisha. Go ahead, Trisha.
Ashtar says he's really sad that all of that happened to you. He's really mad and he's sad, and that they knew who you were when they found you. It was like you were a bright beacon, and the things that they were doing to you, like the marks and things, it was like they were tracking you.
Right.
And
Yeah.
that this should all help you. Everything that the commander did, he did right, and that this should help.
And
that
Trisha is also a talent. Go ahead, Trisha.
That exactly what you're saying is what you are like. That you're a bright light, and it was like a beacon that was drawing them to you.
Yep. See, I knew
I think you need
like
more
that.
protections. Like,
yeah, he's gonna have it. He's gonna have it now.
Okay, that's what I needed to say.
Oh yeah, no, I'm glad you did. Trish is one of our guests and a friend of the show too, and she is a telepathic communicator. Dan would ask her as well as one other person who has been a guest recently on my show. And so what we're going to do is, I've made the decision. I'm a commander, even though I'm a human being. I come from off planet, and I'm a commander as well from off planet. Spiritually, when I use the word command, it means I'm in spiritual cosmic command of my own spirit. Nobody controls my spirit. Nobody will ever control my spirit. And my mission here is to bust the matrix of people's belief systems, their agendas, whatever it might be. In your case, whatever was happening, and I think the government was involved with these beings to try doing this, they're not going to do it anymore. We have a transparent protection device. They've been put in the ground around your country area where you are in the circular area, around the outer perimeters. If any being ever, it won't happen, but if it did happen, they won't be able to penetrate through the force field of this energy device that they put outside around your van in a much wide area.
I got this talent to see evil. I don't know what the heck that is, but it's really cool that I can see evil in people. I can also sense, when I was doing my invention, riding it, I could sense that I was being watched. Mm-hmm. Even while I was,
that's one of the gifts is to be able to see evil. I see that too. I have one of those gifts like that.
Yeah.
If you get an intense feeling that these people are very wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, and look what happened. Look what happened to Nikola Tesla. He had all these beautiful things he created, and the government and others were trying to stop him because it meant that people would be free. So when you create something like you're creating, Dan, look yourself almost like a Tesla. You're creating something that's going to help humanity, no different than Tesla. I mean, it's just a different level of that consciousness, right?
I've had all the inventors in heaven help me on my invention, and that's what the Lord told me. And and I know that there's no way I could have done it myself because there's over 1 million combinations to it. Over 1 million. And I beat gravity. It's beat.
Here on Earth. That's because you don't come from Earth. If you once you connect, on the angelic realm, and angels have families too. People don't realize this. There's my friend Athena for many years, who's a contactee from the Giant Rock days. She told me, and I learned from her a lot, is that there are angelic worlds or planets where angels live that have families. People think angels have no families, but there are angels that have families, and they live on different angelic planetary systems, and they do exist. Only that humans don't know about that because we've been brainwashed to believe the way things are taught here, our consciousness becomes in a limited time frame. Instead of expanding it, we contract it, so to speak. So we don't get to learn the fact that there are angels out there, there are men and women that are angels that have families, just like there are other star beings that have families. So in a sense, in your case, you're an angelic being of light in the human form, but you do have a star family in the angelic levels that you are connected with very, very strongly.
Right. And I know that I'm totally different, man. I know I'm like no other person here in this world, man. I know it. And
that's good.
I mean, I've been a fighter and all that stuff, and I've fought guys that were giants and won, stuff like that, man. And then when I was working at the bio, I got that letter in the mail about being chosen for something higher from the universe, from aliens talking, trying to get a hold of me, wanting me to be some commander or something like that too as well. And I'm like, I don't understand it. I didn't understand it. but I kind of understand it when I'm talking to you because you're a commander.
Yes.
You know,
let me explain something, Dan. The word commander means you are a commander. You're a commander of your own spiritual cosmic being. So, when we use the word commander in the Astral Command, people on Earth don't understand something. We're not looking at the Earth-based definition of commander is somebody in control, like a military commander. From the space level, from the galactic levels of consciousness, when I use the word commander, that just means I'm in spiritual control of myself. No one else can ever control me, can ever control my consciousness or my being.
Because I guess I'm that way too, because I have a mind of my own and I don't listen to nobody's bull or anything like that. I think outside the box all the time, man. And I'm not like everybody else, man. And that's how I ended up coming up with my invention. I mean, I was making everybody else rich by working, busting my beans for, jobs that nobody else would want, but I did them. I went through one job. I did a job, 45 guys I went through in 1 year. I counted, and 45 guys in 1 year I went through, and the temps in that place got up to 300 degrees, and I still kept working on my invention even after that job. I was like, I'm making that guy rich, but I'm going to make myself rich. I kept working on my invention. I worked on I had my invention started to figure out when I was 7 years old. After I rode my first bike, I was like, this is wrong, man. This is, how fast you go, the harder it is to pedal. No, it should be the easier it is to pedal. And that's where it started when I was 7,
Wow.
And I've been working on it since.
Well, I want to tell you, I'm getting a lot of requests to come on live, which is great. We're going to do some more interviews, but you were very important to me tonight to come up here. The command is going to be working with you. The 15 Ashtar people are going to be with you. So, as a matter of fact, before they leave Saturday, 1 or 2 of them are going to reveal themselves to you. You will see them. They're very tall. 7, 8 feet tall. Very beautiful, very loving. And before they leave, matter of fact, I'm going to ask them to, later on tonight, to communicate with you telepathically through consciousness. They will talk to you through consciousness, not words, like verbally, like we're talking. They will talk to you in the next few days. They will communicate with you telepathically, and then also before they leave off the planet, back on the ship, 1 or 2 of the commanders will reveal themselves, so you'll know that they were there. Well, you already know that they're there, but you're going to physically get to see them a little bit before they leave.
Yeah, my senses are high, man. I'm like, I know if something's around, man, and I know, I can just feel it, man, and I just know, and I know I've been getting stuck by damn needles, and I'm like, that's enough of that, that I know.
Yeah.
I figured if I talk to you, man, maybe you could stop it, maybe. I don't know. I was just like, just throwing it out there, see what happens.
Yeah, well, you came to the right place because I personally don't stop it, but at the Ashtar Command, the people from the spaceships that are coming to help you, they're stopping it. I command a lot of space people within the Ashtar Command, more than I even knew. Like, if you told me a year ago that I was able to do this, I would say, are you talking about me?
Right.
But I'm fully activated. I've been getting downloads and activated for the last few months, and I'm doing things I never thought I'd do on this show, like what I'm doing right now with you.
Right.
I've done with other people.
I felt it, man. That's pretty cool, man. But see, that letter I got, man, I'm just like you, man, and I don't know what that all meant, but I was like, that's something serious somewhere along the line. Something's going on here.
And I wouldn't get too fixated on the letter. I'd stay really more focused on the now moment of what's happening right now between us and what we're doing right at the moment on the show.
Right, exactly.
I think that's really the more key thing for you. And I want you to say, before I let you go down, I want you to say, I've done this, and I always have to do this for some reason before I let any guests go down that I've worked with. So you already know how you feel spiritually, but I want you to say to yourself, I am a Christed being of light. Keep your eyes closed.
I am a Christed being of light? Is that what it was?
Yeah, so we're going to say it like we really mean it, and we really do mean it.
Yeah.
I am a Christed being of light.
I am a Christed being of light.
I will never be abducted by any negative ETs ever again.
I will never be abducted by any ETs. Never again.
I will never be abducted by any negative ETs ever again.
I will never be abducted by any negative entities. ETs
again.
ETs again.
And I want you to say this also. I am now protected.
I am now protected.
By the Ashtar Command.
By the Astro Command.
Ashtar
Command. I am now protected by Ashtar Command.
And I am a being of Christed light.
And I am a being of Christ of light.
That's it. You're good.
You.
You're good.
Thank you.
You're not going to be touched ever again. I guarantee it.
Man, I was getting pissed.
well, now you can relax. You don't have to do that.
Right.
The man and the woman are going to work on relaxing your energy because your energy is really amped up right now, which is not bad. Yeah. It's just it's amped up. You know, yeah, they're going to teach you how to. They're going to teach you how to relax more. You need to relax. You tend to be always amped up.
Oh yeah.
They're going to teach you how to relax your mind and be able to be still. I'm going to suggest you, if you don't meditate, to do 30 minutes of meditation a day or at night at your own leisure. Do 30 minutes of meditation, what I call a Christed meditation. This will center all your energy of light to the center of your being, and that's a very important thing to do.
Okay. Yeah, I got no problem doing that in the van.
All right. Well, you got the van, so there you go. Well, they're with you. They're going to hang out with you. They're going to be working with you. And like I said, there's 15 Ashtar people on the ground level. The others are just checking the woods area. They're checking the perimeters of the whole area for any of those the negative ETs that might be lurking, and they're taking them off planet right now as we speak.
They're catching them then.
Oh yeah, we're catching them. They're not going to get away from us. We're catching them right now.
That's good. Yeah, they were. I know I was surrounded, man. I know I am.
Well, now you're being surrounded by Ashtar Command people that are Christed beings of light, so you got the better deal here.
Right. Thank you.
All right, brother. I want to thank you, Dan, for being here and coming up here. I knew there was a reason.
Yeah, there was, man. Definitely. Thank you.
All right, everyone. Thank Dan for being here on the show, Encounters. And we'll let you down. Stick with us. You're now part of the family here. We're glad to have you with us, Dan. And let's do this here. Okay, and we have Trish still with us. Like I said, for the last few weeks, this has been something that I've been ending up doing. I've been having to help people that have been abducted by negative ETs, and I've been actually being not just a talk show host, but I've actually brought ships over their locations,
yes.
And the space people have come in their homes to clear all the energy out, and we've done that.
More and more people will come forward, and
they will.
It's going to happen more and more.
Yeah, Nature Whispers has some stories. Nature Whispers will bring him or her on. I don't know if it's a he or she yet, but we'll find out. You're watching Encounters. This is the kind of show where things were a different kind of UFO show. We're not nuts and bolts. I am a contactee. I've had years' experience of spaceship sightings. I've been with the Ashtar Command before coming to Earth. I'm also from Mars, which has got 10 to 15 million inhabitants on it. Nature's Whispers, welcome to the show.
Hey, how you doing?
We're doing good. And yourself?
Pretty good. Life has been interesting. What I once knew was ripped apart. The illusions ripped away. My whole perspective on life changed. It took a while though. Like for a year and a half, over a year and a half, it's been some wild stuff. For about 6 months, that was a real mind bender. It's a daily nonstop thing. I found out through it all though. It's all about, your energy, your thoughts, what's going to come around you and how to affect you. And, you never really want to focus on all them negative beings because that just draws them. That's negative energy. Never try to, I don't know.
Well, you always want to stay, you always want to be disciplined. One of the things I teach in my workshops is everyone needs to learn to be centered in Christ consciousness, have a clear consciousness, no drugs, nothing. If you want to clear your temple, you've got to be conscious of everything within you and without you. If you're not, the distortions of everything like, altering drugs, people say, oh yeah, it got me here. but by
channels and
altering
all kind of stuff.
but it's really important. People, like for me, I've never, well, my college days a little bit, but I always totally try to teach people, keep your consciousness and your temple, which is your body, clear. If you do that, you will have the most extraordinary experiences if you believe in yourself without having to take something to get there. You don't have to take anything to get there. You are going to be there if you open yourself up to your consciousness on the cosmic levels. That's really one of my really big teaching things that I do in my workshops with people. That's really an important aspect of connecting with your cosmic family.
Yeah, that's what people don't get, though. I mean, how powerful it is. I didn't at first. I'd watch my place blow up like a bomb hit it, anytime I got emotional. And when I started letting, focus in on the negative stuff, like more negative stuff showed up. That's what they were teaching me, though. They were teaching me something, and that was to break free from the illusions, because on a 5D level, your thought becomes manifest quick. So that's kind of how they were showing me. I've got tons of footage of UFOs and aliens.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm going to send them to you. That's why I wanted to come up here. I'm going to send you.
Oh, good.
You can get on my site. You can ask anybody here. They'll tell you. I mean, I have phenomenal footage. I do not know why, but I've been able to record it. I can go outside. I could take a walk anytime and catch stuff anytime. But I don't know why they made it that way.
Yeah.
But
I'd like to see the...
Oh, yeah, I'm going to send it to you. Yeah. If you've got
I want to see them. Yeah. I don't know. I'm going to give you my email to send some of the videos with a little bit of like a date, a location where the sightings are happening.
Oh, they all around me at any time, but especially my home. I live in outside of the Shawnee Forest, so it's on a ley line and not too far from Serpent Mountain. I was going to say, oh yeah, before I forget, a lot of.
Can you share any of them on our screen here? If we put you on the big screen, do you have a way of sharing anything through the video here?
I don't know. I will though.
Yeah, we can try. We've had people do that before.
But how?
I'm not sure how that's done. I think they have to bring the video footage up on the screen.
Yeah, I don't see
on TikTok. If anybody knows how that works, please let me know. I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, I'm not for sure how I would. But you can ask. There's a lot of the people that I talk with all the time on here, and they'll tell you that. I mean, like tonight, I was just going through some old videos. I'm gonna tell you something about a lot of your paranormal isn't paranormal. It's actually, there's these different types of grays. They look similar, but they're not all the same. There's these one little beady-eyed, or they're more round-eyed and a pointy chin. They like to mess with people. They like to act like a lot of stuff paranormal. For whatever reason, I can break through the cloaking.
Trisha's saying something. Trisha?
I got videos of fairies. I see fairies all the time. I can catch them all the time on video. It's not an issue at all with me. I don't understand why. I say that humbly.
No, I believe that. Let's see here. So someone's saying you can do the videos on the green screen. I think one of our viewers said that. I'm not sure how that works. It says hit the camera, the green screen would come on, and he can go through photos. But he's got video footage, right?
Right there. I was standing outside there. Can you see it?
I don't see anything. Can you turn your camera on? There you go. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, they line up along the woods. I was outside one day. Anytime I go out there, they just line up.
I'm bringing you up on a big screen here for a minute so people can see this.
I'll bring a ton up. I'll go through a bunch for you.
Yeah, and can you explain what we're seeing so people, can you narrate what we're seeing here on the big screen here?
I have like a shield that goes around my property or my cabin itself. Okay. They line up in the woods around that, and that is that's a lot of things going on actually, but there's a lot of different types of ships that people are not aware of, and I catch them on it. I mean, you can see them on it and everything else. A lot of the stuff they try to do is they try to act like ghosts and this and that or something else, but they're not. There's different types of beings. There's the dimensionals, the interdimensionals, the ETs, the dimensionals, especially the lower realms. Where all like the witches are, and I don't mean that like a witch is like what we think here. I just call that, but they do this weird cloaking magic, but they're soul suckers. They take like energy from the soul, and like the faces. There'd be faces all over a lot of their ships. That's how I first noticed their ships, is the faces. But that's the magic they're using that cloaks it. It's a mix of technology and magic. Remember energy, frequency, and vibration, and they've got that down. But that there, I mean, you can see the ship coming through, and I mean, there's one in the background and one in the ground and one in the middle. But there's also, if it was bigger, I mean, there's tons of faces all around. I mean, I'll go through a bunch of them real quick, but I don't judge what things are. I just watch and see, I witness. You know what I mean? I've learned to keep that out, because anytime I go to judge, then it draws. Yes.
Yeah. Trisha, what do you want to say? Go ahead.
I don't think they're like soul suckers, but just imagine, like, different things need different things to function. They might have different.
What I'm talking about is lower dimensional beings, and I've watched them suck the souls out of people in cages. I literally see all this stuff.
So we don't get into like the paranormal thing of that.
No, this ain't paranormal though. No, this ain't paranormal. I'm not trying to go. That's what I'm trying to say. What I'm talking about.
Ships that are actually alive that
I'll show you more.
survive on different organisms, different energies, to just be able to function. Different ships do.
Yeah.
I've seen millions of ships, millions of beings. I mean, I just document it. I'm not saying if they're good or bad or this and that. I'm just saying what I've seen.
Yeah, I can definitely tell you, if I know the story, I can kind of read into it and do have a definitive view as to whether they're positive ETs or not, based on what I hear from the story. So if someone tells me a story, it gives me something to go by. When I hear your story and see the photos, that gives me something which is beautiful to understand a little bit more about what you're going through.
Oh, I'm fine now. It was like in the first 6 months, that was a roller coaster ride. It was really, it was a mind bender. But what they were doing is they were breaking me down. Worldly illusions, hypnosis, this, that. It's like they broke me down, so I could see properly. I've seen Christ many times. I'm very much at peace. I'm very humble. I'm just saying, like, the things I've seen, and one of the things I've seen is what I just said a minute ago, and I've recorded it. So I mean, it's not anything like I've just imagined it. That's the thing I don't get. I don't understand why I can record it all. But you can look in there. There's a lot of beings.
Yes. So one of the things I'm getting with you, and this happens to be what I read things very quickly. If you want to get out of having low vibe beings in the interactions you're having, because you're like an open book. Like, you're open to like all these different things happening. Correct?
Yeah, it's kind of like that was my job to do that.
Okay. Well, now do you feel yourself still having that happen? That you're having all these different energies coming in?
Oh, I'm very humble, very at peace. I
know. Well, that's good.
I'm very tranquil. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm trying to get to understanding by listening to you. At this juncture of your life right now, are you having a lot of mixed energies, or are you having more higher vibrational energies?
Well, there's people in here that'll tell you I'm about raising people's vibrations, building up their self-esteem, their energy, self-discovery, because I know it's important. So with the phenomena I've experienced, it's so profound that I've had to share it with the world. And trust me, I went through people not believing it, and then developed certain skills and abilities where I can show people.
Yeah.
But no, you can ask anybody here. They'll tell you I'm a type of guy that raises vibrations, like,
good, because I know you went through the thing of what you said earlier, so I was very concerned that there were other types of energies, even though you yourself are very at peace, which I can tell you're definitely at peace. Are there other energies that have tried to still come through that area where you are in that remote area?
They try, but they don't get through.
They don't get through anywhere.
If you would see it in my cabin, like certain times, I'll like have a.
Look, you still there? What happened? Did we just lose our guest? Are you still there? Nature's Whispers.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, good. I thought you went off planet for a minute. There you go.
No,
because things like that could happen on my show. Anything is possible. Yeah. So as long as you've got it together, And those beings that are pesting you, would you like to make sure? Would you like to
Oh, you already done that.
have?
You
already
done it a long
took care
time
of it?
ago. Friends of Fairies mentioned me, and I came up a long time ago.
Oh, she helped you out.
Yeah, and you did that.
Oh,
And,
good.
It's good. Yeah, that was a big help.
Good. Okay, good. I think I kind of remember that now. We'll go backwards. But so no, I can tell you're definitely doing a lot better. You know, and
to the
you
right.
definitely are. Say again.
I was saying to the
Oh, yeah,
right.
okay.
To the right, there's ships, but then they make these images of people up there. I'm gonna show you a bigger picture too, where you can see it more. Man, they're all around me. They just hover around the woods. But that there was a celestial ship. It was actually round, and it was showing me all kind of stuff. It shows me the history of this land. It showed me the history of the world, and it also showed me where we're going. You know, which I won't get into.
Yeah, I see that. In the center of the picture, you can see the circular brilliance of the light.
Yeah.
Right, if people look at the upper part of the tree branch, you can see the light right there.
See if I can find it.
And please help support my show here. If you've not subscribed, I've actually put my goals up here. Give me a second. I have to set up some goals here for my viewers. Also, you can go to my Venmo on here, my Cash App, and become and just do a donation of $5, $10, or $15. That would be beautiful. If you don't have any abilities to do that, certainly I can understand that too. So,
and I will say this too, because you were a big help, and that did help out a lot. It calmed things down. Actually, calmed me down.
Oh, good.
Big help, yeah. So things are different now. Now I just witness and I document. You know what I mean?
But I think that's great.
Yeah, this was during a double full moon over my house. Don't ask me. It was like split too, but that's when this showed up, and it's the whole celestial thing. But you can see the roundness of it, and it showed me all these different things. You also see like other like saucers in it and everything else. But I want to send you all this stuff. I think it'd help you out with your what you're doing.
Good.
And everything else. I mean, it's good to have that. You know what I mean? Actual documented stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd love to take it. I mean, I get so much stuff from people. I thank people for sending me their UFO sightings and stuff. I look at videos all the time, and I'm very glad to see some of the things people are willing to show us here as well. I think we have another person who wants to come up here. Oh, we have Christopher Ward, and we have River Blue. So let me see here. Let's see. We're going to bring River Blue up, and then Christopher, we're going to bring you up. I'm not going to go too much on too many people up at once here. I tend to do one-on-ones, but hey, River Blue, how you doing? Hey, River.
Accident, but I do have a.
We got you on here. Good evening.
Can you hear me?
Now I can hear you. Can you hear me? We can hear you. Unless TikTok's going crazy, I can definitely hear you.
It's going in and out, I think. It's not.
Yeah, your audio's going in and out on your thing.
Oh, I don't know why. Let me unplug it. Maybe that'll help. I have a question. Just basically wanted to know if Bigfoot comes around.
Yeah, absolutely. I've seen him on UFOs. It's insane, and I've seen him cloaked. He seems to be more of like a protector, like keeps it safe around here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've seen him come through orbs. I've seen him turn into an orb and then manifest. He's way more than what people.
Yeah, the Bigfoots, they definitely are protectors. Even the Bigfoot April, who's in Vermont, my friend April, the Bigfoots work with the Astro Command, and they are very best friend, and they are protectors.
In that first picture you saw, I thought I saw a Bigfoot.
Yes, that's exactly what it was.
No, I got Bigfoots at all. I got Bigfoots at all. There's Bigfoot right there now.
Okay, well, I can't. There we go.
That one.
I can't see the Bigfoot from here. Can you explain where the Bigfoot is?
But there was one in that first picture that you showed.
I'll go through different ones. I'll look.
Because it looked exactly like what April shows. Yeah, but it was closer up, I think,
Yeah.
or something.
I
Now,
got
see,
them
I
one.
see a face in those trees, like a
Yeah,
big
I do that
face.
too, but the
What is
other one,
that? I mean, that looks like it has to be something. I just don't
Oh
know
no,
It
what.
says
you
in
gotta
that
see,
picture,
you gotta see the
that
video.
picture, in that picture, you said there were spaceships in the video over there, correct?
If you
In
look
that
straight
picture?
ahead, there's flying saucers there. But if you look at it, it's actually round. It's a celestial ship. It just I don't know. I don't know how to explain it when it showed up, but it shows a lot of other different ships inside of it.
Do you see what I'm talking about that looks like a face? Like a big
Yeah,
face?
yeah, in the middle. Yeah, the whole thing's a
Yeah.
face.
Yeah, I
What's
saw that before too. I didn't say anything, but I did see that.
what is
The,
it?
th-
Do you know?
the thing about
Are
the
you
images
asking?
here, they're layered upon layer upon layer. Depending on how close you get, it'll show one face from a distance. If you go closer, it shows another face, and then another.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're deep. They're multifaceted, multi-layered.
That could be a face formed just from all the other
it could
faces.
be
So
camouflage
we are
too.
one.
Oh yeah. Trisha said it could be camouflage too. That's true
It is.
too.
That's
It's
exactly what
cloaking.
it looks like. It looks like a beam that's camouflaged.
Well, you know, if
You could,
I walked up and saw that face, I wouldn't walk any closer.
I know it looks a little scary.
That's right out front of my house.
That's amazing. That's so
wow.
amazing. So how many how what kind of crystals do you have on your windows and doors or not?
Oh no, I know. I put salt around the windows and there's prayer. Prayer's good.
Okay.
Wow. Well, we're getting up to 1:11 p.m. 1:11 a.m. on encounters, and this has been amazing. We're going to go till about 1:30. At 1:30, we're going to call the show Encounters for the night until tomorrow night on Friday. Tomorrow night, for people that have heard about Amshai, my friend Amshai, she works with the Department of Defense. Amshai was on way earlier. Amshai is going to be our special guest tomorrow night from the DOD, and Amshai is going to be, we're going to be talking to her, and we're going to hopefully have top secret information on our show tomorrow night with Amshai. So you're not going to miss it. I've been in touch with Amshai, even though she hasn't been on live with us. I have been in touch with her on a quiet level, and we're going to have her back on here. And I'm sure there's going to be things she's going to tell us that you're going to know. That this is why this show is disclosure. That's why I've been committed to having people share their stories, because you out there, just like here with Nature's Whispers, the things that you share are a piece of the puzzle of disclosure on Earth. And every person that videotapes a spaceship sighting has contact with positive space people is coming forth. If you have high top security clearance and you're coming on this show to share it, you can do it anonymously or whatever. We're getting that kind of information. So tomorrow night, Amshai is going to be on our show, and she is our connection to the high levels of top secret clearance within the Pentagon, and she will be. I will have a lot of questions for her, and hopefully we're going to get new information to share with you on this program. That's tomorrow night on Friday on Encounters.
Just like that guy was saying too, they fly right through like trees and stuff, and they go right through your house. See, if you know how atoms, there's no matter in atoms, and everything's made of atoms, and it's just frequency, energy, and vibration. They have a way to manipulate that frequency to just go right through stuff.
And I think we have two more people that want to come up on this show here.
Feel
Let
free
me bring
to
this.
drop me. Remember, I can't. I don't know how to get out.
Yeah.
I'll be able to do that. Give me a second. I want to thank
Thank
River
you.
Blue for being here. River, always a pleasure.
Thank you.
And also, Trisha, do you want to stay here? You go. Oh, Trisha, thanks for being here.
Okay, thank you.
Beautiful to hear from you again. And also, I'm going to see who the other two people are. I'm going to bring X Restum, I think it is. I'm not sure. I think it's X Racism. Let me see here. X Racism. Let's see who that is. This is Encounters, the #1 spiritual UFO talk show on social media. I'm your host. I'm also host of NPR Radio's The Cosmic Eye Show on WESUFM.org. And what's your first name? Because I'm not sure I can pronounce what that name is. Are you still there? Okay. I guess that person, I don't know who that. We're going to bring Half Pint up. I know they're alive and well.
I'm going to get off here in a second, but I just want to explain this real quick. You see how it's dark underneath, light on top? That's because there's a ship there. Underneath of it, you see the being in his face. But I was wanting to say a lot of the things about the ships that will make other images make you think it's something.
Yeah, you're right about that. I just remembered that word. Yeah. Yep. I got you. But anyway, I just want to say that our guest from the Department of Defense will provide us with information regarding disclosure, and that's what it's all about. So we're going to have hopefully more disclosure information with our guest tomorrow night. And go ahead and say hello to Half Pint. Ray and Mary in the Appalachian Mountains, they've been having direct contact with the Anunnaki.
Hi, Nature Whispers.
Hello, how are you, Half Pint?
Oh my God, there is all sorts of stuff happening. I'm getting ships in my trees and all sorts of faces. I'm getting all sorts of stuff over here.
They like to hide in trees. You know why? They draw energy because the trees are grounded to the earth, you know what I mean? And they make great camouflage, but I think it's something about the ground frequency where they can hide in them well.
So today I was outside and I was getting pictures of these little guys, little friends, I guess you could say, but they're all over my yard.
Mm-hmm. Listen, don't judge. Just don't let no negativity in. They can't hurt you. You have to give them permission. You give them permission by fearing. You know what I mean? People don't understand that, but that's what that is. You're giving permission.
Oh yeah. I don't do that no more.
Good. Stay positive.
Yeah. Well,
Commander had to help me out one night, so I don't do that no more.
I've got you and Ray on the right track, and you're well protected. The Anunnaki are never going to let you be unprotected anymore.
Oh, so Commander, check this out.
Yeah.
So I got this picture of the Anunnaki standing in here with Ray when I walked outside.
Do you have the picture that you can show on the screen?
No, I don't know how to do that.
All you got to do is, if you have a picture, you go on your screen where there's a green screen, and you go on your green screen. When you press the green screen, it'll go into all your gallery photos that you have on your phone, and just add it as your background on your green screen. You can show us the picture, and everyone will see it.
Well, I'll have to send it to you because I'm not that good on the phone.
I can teach you how to do that in 2 seconds.
Okay.
You want to know how to do it right now? I can teach you in 2 secons.
Okay. I'll listen.
Okay, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to switch over to Half Pint for a minute, Nature Whispers. I want to see if I can get this. So Nature Whispers, let me just do this. I'm going to bring my screen back to where it was before. Let me do this here. And we're going to go back to the regular screen. Now I'm going to bring Half Pint back up here. All right, now Half Pint, go on. I want you to go live on your camera. Good thing I know how to do technical things like this. And when you go on your camera, what you're going to do is press the enhance. There's a thing called enhance. It's like has a little at the bottom. It says enhance. There's like an arrow, more, subscribe. Oh, yeah. You press the enhance button.
Okay.
And then press the effects button. It says effects.
Okay.
Right? When you press the effects button, you're going to see something that has an arrow, and it has it says green. It's green with an arrow and a little inner box. Press that.
Okay.
And go on live. Turn your camera on though. You're not on. You got to go on live with me here to do this. You got to turn the camera on. We're going to show her to do this here.
Did I get it?
No, your camera's not on yet. Press your live button. You have a line over your camera. You got to press it to go live, and that line goes off. Then you're going to be on the screen.
Okay, I'm pressing the camera.
Okay, you're not on yet. You have to press the camera. So what you're going to do is like when you've been on live with me, however you did it before, you need to just press the camera. There's a camera on your screen. You need to press it.
Okay, that's what I'm doing, but it's not doing anything.
It's not doing anything. So how did you come on live with me before the other night?
I hit live and it or my camera and it went on there, so I don't know.
Yeah, you need to do that. Do that right now.
Okay. I just did it. Okay, hold on. It says turn on your camera to preview effects used in this live.
Yeah.
Okay, I pressed the camera. But I'm still not coming up.
Okay, so we'll go out of the effects area.
Okay.
So we're going to go out of the effects area. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring you on. You're on live with me now. So you'll have microphone and camera, all that showing up. So you're going to do is when you see the camera icon, press the camera icon. Press the camera and then save. Press the camera and then save. Camera and save. There you go. Okay, now I want you to go. Now on your green screen, I want you to, when you go on your green screen, which I'm on right here on the enhanced screen, you press the effects, on the effects button, all the pictures you have on your camera will show up. You press the plus button. There's a plus button. You see that?
Yep.
Press the plus button.
Oh. Hopefully not. Did I get it?
No, you now you're on your green. There you go. Now it's showing a picture that you have in your photos.
You see him? He's right here.
Where's the Anunnaki?
Oh man.
No, go back to there you go. You're on live. Now you're on live. So.
Okay, so he's right here, and then there's a woman right there on the side of him.
I seen a bunch back here.
Yeah, switch back on the camera. Now you're upside down. There you go. You were just upside down. Okay, let's look at the picture. Keep your head out of the screen so people can see it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody look and just let us narrate what we're seeing here.
Okay, so I walked outside to take a picture of the woods outside, and then he showed up, and then the woman showed up, and they were just hanging out here with Ray. And there was silver ships in the trees.
Wow. Does everybody see that? Do our viewers see what she's showing us? Hope so.
Well, everybody's saying they can see it.
Yep. So they see two faces. I can see it.
So I think that's Ray's Anunnaki guard.
Ah, okay. I would believe he would have. And can you point to on the picture? Can you point to the faces for people? Like with your hand, can you turn around and point to the faces?
Whoops.
No, you just turn your camera off. There you go. There's a way you can point.
So the woman is the one closest to the frame, and then the man is next to her.
Okay, so I see the man looks like he has a helmet or something on.
Yep.
And the woman looks like she has blonde hair.
Yep.
So the woman has blonde hair and looks like a spacesuit, and then the man looks like he has a space helmet on.
Yeah, it looks like he's wearing, like a soldier would wear, like his outfit or whatever.
Yes, you said there were three of them. Where's the third one?
Well, I thought I seen a third one, but nobody else sees it. So
no, all I see is two.
Okay.
Yeah, so we the viewers who are looking at this, we'll tell you what we see. So it looks like there's only two. Yeah, we want to keep it honest. So yeah.
That's cool though, because check it out, Commander.
On the right side, Riverblue. Yeah, absolutely.
So that's the first one I've got of them in the house.
Yeah, Trav, Star Trek content says, and that's what I see too. He or she says, looks like one blonde woman. So on the right outside before the window breaks in the white wood. It looks like a woman with blonde hair, and then I see what appears to be a man with a space helmet on. That's what I see.
Yep. So I went out to take a picture outside, and Ray was watching me, and he was a little nervous because we have a lot of ships in the trees right now.
Mm-hmm.
And we're really trying to find the right, I don't know how to say it. Like, we put our boundaries up, but I really love to investigate stuff. So I shouldn't really go past my boundary, but I do.
Yeah.
And I think I might be getting myself in trouble, but
No,
I think
you're never in trouble. Now, do you have another picture you can show us that? Since we're doing picture telling time here, can you show us another picture of pictures you have that people should see of the spaceships or anything?
Oh yeah, hold on, let me see.
We have Half Pint here, Nature Whispers, who's been sharing some very interesting photos here. So it's been pretty amazing stuff here. And we'll go back and forth. Okay, so tell us what that is.
So I caught this ship. I was taking pictures out my back door the other night.
It looks like a rod.
And I caught this one in the front yard.
How high up was the ship? Do you remember how high up above the land?
It was high level, but I couldn't see it with
Have you ever heard of flying rods? Because that's what that looks like to be. Flying rods, like an interdimensional. It passes through all dimensions. If you can get it close, I've got pictures of them where they actually carry and like they have like people's faces and stuff in them and everything. I think they're like they carry like maybe people that have passed on from one realm to another.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think it's really cool though. I love investigating.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
those are neat, and they can be really small, or they can be 20 foot long. Them flying rods.
Oh yeah, a lot of those flying rod ships and all these other ships, our perception of reality on Earth as humans has a lot to be desired. Because when you look at a ship from the outside, you say, "Oh, that's okay. That's a fairly large craft or spaceship." But when you get on some of the insides of these ships, the ships are way bigger on the inside than our perception of reality is about the structure of the ship. And Half Pint, what's that beam of light that's behind there?
So these are portals that I have all around my house.
Yeah, I can see it big time.
Oh man, I got them all over. They're huge.
Yeah, Nature. She's up in the Appalachians, and
me too.
They started having contact with the Anunnaki last year.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. You even got a Bigfoot back here.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. We got a Bigfoot. And Ray gets downloads all the time, so. And Ray says he'll be on tomorrow night to talk to you, Commander.
Oh, good. When he comes back from the ship, that'll be good.
Yeah.
Because he seems to be on a ship all the time. No, I'm just kidding, but.
Hey, check this out, Commander.
Yeah.
I am thinking that we are in a ship. We're just seeing it differently.
Let me ponder on that thought.
The only reason why I say that is because I get these long white and yellow beams, and it looks like it's part of a ship.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, even if you're not on a ship, you are definitely in a place, and I know this to be true, the Anunnaki have very large ships float above you all around the Appalachian Mountain area. They have I think they even have a base in the mountains there. You're real high up in the Appalachians. They have probably a base just like April does in the northern Vermont near the Canadian border. They have, the Anunnaki, I think, have a base up there. I'm absolutely certain of that.
Right in my backyard.
Well, you told me stories initially when we first met, you and Ray, that the Anunnaki came right up towards your door.
Yep.
So the Anunnaki are not afraid to communicate with you or Ray specifically, but I think eventually they will be more apparent and more visual in what they're doing, you know?
Well, now they're coming in, so I think it's going to get more.
When the Anunnaki, physically, a man and a woman from the Anunnaki ship come in, what you need to do is prepare to invite them to come onto my show at 11 o'clock at night. Tell them it's okay to be on live on broadcast, that no matter how big they are, I mean, in terms of tallness, they are, you know, if they're telepathic, they're welcome to come on the show and wave to people on the camera. And it'll be the first time anybody on Earth-based media has interviewed an Anunnaki live. So I want you and Ray, I want Ray specifically to talk to them and tell them, I would like to interview an Anunnaki on Encounters. Can you do that? Okay, I'm kind of half kidding, but I'm serious.
They're listening, and Ray's been talking to them, so
I'm going to let Ray facilitate the first ever communications on any live Earth-based media with the Anunnaki, and we're going to try to facilitate this. If it takes us a few weeks to get this ready, I want you and Ray to facilitate the Anunnaki coming on the show here.
That would be cool.
Okay, we're gonna make it happen somehow. We'll make it happen.
Do you remember that picture I was telling you about last night?
Yeah.
It's gone. It got wiped off my phone.
Really?
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's absolutely crazy. Hey, man, good to see you.
That was a really good picture, too. I had ships in it. I had beings in it. I had all sorts of stuff in it.
It had a lot of stuff in it.
Yeah. And they were waiting.
Yeah, see? I should have copied the picture, and I would have never lost it. If I had a copy of it, I'd still have it. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, folks, it's getting to be late. It's 1:31. Another show's coming up tomorrow night at 11. We're going to have Shy on, our DOD contact. And we always talk disclosure when Shy. And I'm sure after all these months and months and months, she has a revelation of things she can actually share with us. So I want to thank everybody. I want to thank Nature Whispers. You've been great as a guest.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
I look forward to seeing more stuff from you. Half Pint. Definitely we're going to get this whole thing together with the Anunnaki, and we're going to get them to come on your camera on the show here. When Ray talks to them, I know he's communicating telepathically now that they've made contact. He can tell them that the commander wants to speak to them on the program here. So we're going to make that happen. I don't know what that's like. I've never tried to bring the Anunnaki on physically, but because you're having the encounters with them on your property in the mountains, I think they'll be willing to come on because it's me, Ashtar CmdrAleon. I think they will listen to my request.
Well, we're gonna have to figure it out. In Nature Whispers, we're gonna have to get together because
right.
Your videos are
you too, yeah.
You and I are having some pretty interesting experiences. I think just the world needs to know. I've got so much documentation, and it's like, I don't know. People need to know.
Yeah, I got a lot of stuff. I'm just trying to figure out how to talk to people about it because some people get a little nervous about it.
Yeah,
I'm sure they do.
I used to talk about it, or I used to get nervous about talking about it, but
yeah.
I come out of my shell, and it's just like, this is such an experience that people need to know.
Yeah.
And I realized that some people do get scared. They have this perception of the world. They want to keep it just that. But I mean, wouldn't you like to know if there's something actually besides you kind of manipulating or whatever? I mean, just saying, or guiding you. I mean, but ultimately the power is in you, and that's what people need to know. You know, you got to take back your light because they have to have permission. Without permission, they cannot do anything.
Right.
Yeah.
And fear's permission.
Yes. So even though there's definitions, someone's saying people's definitions of paranormal, it's all connected. I can look up 10 different definitions of paranormal, but because I come from off planet and there's a thing on Earth called paranormal experiences, it is not all connected. The paranormal is a separate thing.
Oh yes.
And I have to keep it separated completely from the cosmic galactic area. I will never mix up that with this. It's like taking a potion and say, let's mix a little bit of this whipped cream in here. Oh, let's put a little bit of coffee in here. A little taste of oil.
I'm referring to is cosmic law.
Yeah, you know. It's just that's the one thing we have to keep separate. It is not whoever wrote the. You have to understand some human being who writes a definition or definitions of things came up with a definition for paranormal and said, I think I'll just write the new definition of paranormal that it's all connected. That was done by some man or woman that thought, okay, now we're going to take the word paranormal and say everything is connected, including ETs. It's not. It's somebody made themselves the director in a book or a dictionary that said, okay, I'm going to create a dictionary. I'll say to people, I have all the money. I'll create the book. The paranormal is all connected. It's not all connected. No. Not at all. That's somebody's belief system that wrote that definition. It is all separated. It is always going to be separated. You can never mesh the two together. It's dangerous. I will not do it, ever.
And that's what I was saying. Like with mine, it may look like paranormal, but it's not. I've watched how some of these beings, they try to pretend to be, but they're not. They're physical beings, and they have the technology and the power to, maybe say make a what do you call this, like where they make images, and they want to trick you, want you to think that, but then there's that cosmic law, I mean, it's like you have to get permission, and then people don't realize that. It's like when you sign a paper, when you sign your name to something, if it's got one capital, you've only given away a little bit of your rights, but you're agreeing to something. If all your names in capitals, you're giving away all your rights. It's kind of the same concept, but the way I understand it, it's like a cosmic thing. Like you have to be like, okay, yeah. And so I was telling you, got to take back your light, and you can take back your power, and don't agree to anything.
And Nature Whispers, I'm catching on to the different faces, because that just started like about a week ago with the different faces in the trees. So I'm catching on.
Good. I'm glad.
It looks different.
You all have a good night. Thank you for having me on, Commander. I really appreciate it. If you can find a way to get me an email to you or something like that, sometime tomorrow I'll send you all kinds of stuff.
Email me before you go. It's CmdrAleon at AOL.com.
I don't have a pen in the dark. My
brother's
sleeping in the other room.
Or just message me on my TikTok here, and I'll message you back. All right, Nation Whispers. All right, take care, brother. Do this here, and let's see here. I just did an invite I invited somebody from another planet. She's joining us on Earth tonight, and we're going to go back to my regular camera here. Wait a minute. What did I just do? Here we go. Good evening, sister.
Hi, everybody.
I wanted to welcome you on my Astro Command spaceship. Greetings. We're all on the ship together. We're doing good. It's been an interesting night, It
sounds like it.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff going on here. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Just got home from work late night.
Oh, okay. That's right. And I know you're a little bit cheesy right now, correct?
Oh, yes.
That's what I like to hear, the old cheesy factor, coming home from work. Not many people can say that, coming home from work. I just got on live. I go off planet to see our space family, but they know that I get cheesy at times.
Is that cheesy or corny?
I've been getting used to the hat. I seem to automatically go into that Tahar thing. So I've been just, I think I'm addicted to that hat now. I have to always use it.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, and it was kind of good last night watching you for a little bit, sharing some stuff. And hopefully you've been given a break by our star family, Taharing, by our star family in terms of going off planet. It's got, how does it, I know we're all going to be getting there to do the same thing, but how does it feel? Are you used to when you go on the ship? Are you used to how it feels on your body and consciousness when you're going there and then coming back? Are you kind of used to it by now?
I mean, there's no getting used to it. I still feel like I'm like a ton of bricks when I come back because I feel it feels so different being on planet than when you're with them. It's like the atmosphere is different, and so it's like I feel like I weigh I feel like I weigh 1,000,000 pounds.
Oh my gosh!
But last night was wow. That was a weird one. That was a really strange one. Going up on the ship. I have not had that happen before. I mean, I've been beamed up on the ship before, but not that way. It was really strange how it happened. There was these swirling orbs that circled around me, about 7 of them, and they were circling around me, and then they started doing this. They would stop, and then they would do the circle 8 like motion, and they were lit up. And then there was a being walking at me while this was happening, and it looked like almost like a swirl of lights going on underneath them. And then every time this being, and he was all made of lights, all these like lights came from the woods to make his body, and then every time he took a step, then the lights would disperse, and then they'd come back together, and then he'd take another step, and then it would disperse. And it was so weird, but it was a guard. It was a guard coming to get me. I didn't know that, but I'd never seen that before. That was a whole new ball of wax that happened last night. And then after he got up close to me, he said I was being summoned, and then a light came down. Whoop, up I went.
April, do you see that behind me?
I am trying to.
What are we looking at?
There's a shadow behind me.
A shadow behind you?
Yeah, it's gone now.
I didn't see anything.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I see what you're talking about. Yes.
How weird. That's a trip.
That could be that could be a reflection of something too. Like my chair will reflect. It could be reflection. It could be.
How weird.
It looks like something's trying to because it keeps poking its head out.
Yeah, I think it's your green screen. It is the green screen, because behind that, if you had the green screen off, do you have like a wall behind there or something? Yeah, it's the wall. It's not anything.
Yeah, because it's showing a reflection of your face.
Yeah, that's all it is. Good thing we have discernment. That's really key. I've been in this project.
Doing it like this.
That's okay. Now you know how to show pictures on your green screen through here. So you just learned something tonight too.
I wanted to show you the picture of Ray. Do you see him on that bike?
Yeah, he's on a motorcycle.
He's transparent. Yeah, he's transparent. He looks like an Anunnaki on that bike.
I'd
have to.
He kind of looks like Gan if you would have put one of those duck hunter hats on him. That's what Gan looks like.
Yeah. Now, April, when he was walking the bodyguard, how close he obviously he walked right up to you, correct?
Yes.
And at that point, how long was it before? Because I kind of knew last night something was up. You know how it is with us. I just know that you're going on the ship.
Yeah.
And I said, I didn't say anything on the show. Or maybe I did. I don't remember anymore. All I know is that you were going on the ship, and you did. When he came up to you, did he walk with you back to the ship, or what happened?
No, a light came down and I was sucked up into the ship. But
oh, really?
But before that happened, I could hear them talking to me in my ear, like in my head. Like I could hear like lots of voices come, like talking to me all at one time. And then I was getting this now when they come and I know that I'm going to be going, I get this this weird it's like a vibration through my body. It's almost like a hum through my whole body, though. It's like every part of me hums.
Oh, wow.
It's super hard to explain it, and the voices sound tin canny until one voice until it clears out, and then one voice will come through. But
Wow.
but there was like lots of voices, and I knew they were. I knew it. I knew it. That's why I was like trying to give a disclosure, because if there's anybody new in there that didn't know what was going on, I didn't want anybody to get freaked out.
Right.
And I
And for
kept
people
trying to
on our
hold the
show,
camera too, so people
the
could
camera,
see, but
yeah.
it was so dark.
Yeah, no, it was. And also, people that are new to our show, just to give you a background, Saturday night we do our Ashtar Command live, April and I, and our space family will communicate with us as well. They always are watching the show. They're watching it now. And they have monitor screens, so they're watching April and I, and all of you. They can see all your comments as well. So what we're telling you is that if you're not used to what's happening here, there's a group of 5. April was chosen by our one of our your father, or was it my father or your father?
It was the committee that chose everybody.
The committee. So it had nothing to do with the fathers. We have fathers and mothers on the spaceship. It was a committee or a council that chose April to be the first one in this part of the world. And when that happened, we met through TikTok. I came from Facebook, and she came on my show, and I'd never talked to her before. And then I met all these other people like Johnny and Chesno and Kit Kat, who I've met personally. She's been up to the field where we have our gatherings, and beautiful, beautiful person. And so that's how we met. And then through April, I find out that I know since I was a kid, that I knew I wasn't from here and I had a family somewhere beyond Earth, that we happened to have her parents on the same spaceship. How could that possibly, how amazing is that? My mother and father, 2 sisters and a brother that I never knew I had on the same spaceship. And this is a story that will go down in history, really. And when all is said and done and we have contact and a beautiful thing, this is part of a historical experience that is just, you can't put it into words what's happening here. Well, you could, but you can't.
At some point, I'm going to be starting some type of journal or some type of memoir that is going to be documenting everything that has happened with our group, and then getting the best of the pictures together, and putting it, because this is history in the making, guys. It really is. What is happening with us, and then it's not just what's happening with the 5 of us, guys. It's what's happening with everybody that's in this room that has been following our 5 journey.
That's right. And there's been a lot of you, and some of you are new to the show, but you are starting to follow the journey. And if you follow the journey and follow what we're doing, especially, on Saturday night, which will be the second Saturday, this Saturday coming up, we'll be doing a Ashtar Command gathering, not Ashtar Command gathering, an Ashtar Command special, which we do every Saturday. And like I said, you'll get to learn a lot about what's happening. Our space family will interject sometimes with, April has 2 phones. If her father or my father wish to speak or interject something, she will translate it, because she has the phone right there to actually hear exactly what they're saying. Where if it were me and I had the phone over here, I would do the same thing if I were me trying to get the information to April and everybody here. So there is a way that we're able to facilitate this. And so Lisa Jean Pack says, I am new, I don't understand. So there's a thing called contact. Lisa, have you heard of the Ashtar Command, Lisa? So we're trying to be very clear, and we're not assuming many of you know what we're talking about. So if you don't know, by all means, please ask April and me, and we'll tell you. So we met through this modem called TikTok. We didn't know each other. I started my talk show at the beginning of 2023, and that's how I met April as one of my guests. And then we found out we had connections with people off planet. So if you never heard of the Ashtar Command, it is the overseer of all the galactic forces of light. You know how there's like a United Nations on Earth as an analogy? So look at the Ashtar Command as the United Planetary Nation of intergalactic positive space people. Do you understand that, Lisa? Does that make any sense to you? I'm just waiting for a response. Okay, good, good. So April is the key person that the committee on the spaceships decided when they made contact with her that she would lead our group of 5. So when we have a lead of our group of 5, which is April, there's no egos between any of the other 4. We have no ego whatsoever. You know, any one of us could have ended up being that leader of our group, and it doesn't matter who it is because it's all collectively unconditional and we're all in it together. So what we're doing is we're going to be going off planet pretty soon, probably at either the beginning of the new year, I think, or before the end of the year. I think they'll start doing it, and if I am correct about what I think, we're going to come back to Earth and we're going to share information that we can to help everybody like yourself and many other millions of people on the planet. We're going to physically go off planet and we're going to physically come back on planet to our locations. April has been on the ship now 27 times or 28?
29.
29. I'm off by 1. But I'm going to let April chime in here because we all work together, and I'll let her help you too in terms of understanding some of the background history since she's been on the ship 29 times already.
So what's going on, guys, is that the Ashtar Command chose there's 15 groups of 5 across the whole world that have been chosen. We were chosen way ahead of time. Like none of us knew any of this. We've had, all of us have had contact at one point or another in our lives. Most of us as young children, and we were informed then that we were meant for something more. The commander was, I know that the others were as well. We were all at one point contacted when we were younger and told that we were meant for something more. Now, as children, we didn't understand what that meant. I happened to cross the commander's page. I was like led to his page, really, and the commander actually helped me come out of my shell because like I was having loads of experiences and I was too scared to talk about it because, you know, people always tell you that you're crazy, yada, yada, you know, and he actually helped me really open up and start sharing my knowledge about the fairy folk and about the Bigfoot beings. And that's how it kind of started. And then shortly after, I had my first contact with the well, not my first. It was actually my second contact with the Ashtar Command, and with the space being actually at my front door, which it scared me at first, and I slammed the door in the being's face because I wasn't. I live on a mountain, and you don't expect to see a 7-foot tall person standing at your door at 3 o'clock in the morning, and it startled me. My dogs ran right past him, didn't think anything about it, but it scared me, and I slammed the door. And then when I realized who it was, I opened it up immediately, and I was like, "No, come back!" Because then I remembered from as a child. Yeah, I was so mad that I had done that. So upset.
I always remember that story, April. That I crack up now listening to it because I can just imagine you. He's a 7-foot tall human being in a spacesuit, and you close the door.
I didn't even close it. I slammed it. I was so startled.
Said, "Oh, I must have offended her. I'm going back on the ship."
And there was even at one point, guys, where I was going through some, you know, I was having a really hard time dealing with all of it, and and then on top of it, there was a bully situation happening with me, and I was getting really frustrated, and I was just gonna be done with the whole thing, you know, and the space beings and the fairies would not allow that to happen. I sat outside and I was crying, and they showed me this ball, this light ball. They had it appear in front of me, and it started showing me memories, and it put off these feelings. It was some type of emotion ball, and it was showing me memories of me and the commander and Kit Kat and Johnny, and it was just showing showing me like really good special times that we had off planet, and it was showing their faces to me. And I actually got a picture of it. Remember that one that was showing our faces?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
That was a
That's
while
right.
ago. Yeah.
Oh
But
man, I almost forgot about that. That
mhm.
oh my god, I remember that. You still have that photo?
Yeah, I don't have it on me. It's in
No,
there
no,
somewhere, but I'm not
no.
digging
It's
that
at
out.
some point. No, don't take it out. Sometimes send me that photo because I want to use it
You
one night
have
and
it.
show people.
You
I
do
do
have
have it
it.
somewhere.
Yeah, you
I don't
showed
know
it
what
a
I
few
did with it.
times. That was a
Okay,
long
I'll have
time
to take a
ago.
look.
That because
It was really a
we've
long
been
time
going
ago.
through this over a year now. We've been
Over a
going
year
through
now.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
and so there's been several contacts since then. I've been up on all these different types of ships, and they've taken me to hear testimonies of beings, and they've also as of recently they've taken me to do some missions as well. So we know like what we're going to be up against, and I come back and I share this information with the group, and also like Johnny was needed, and he's part of our group of 5, and he was actually astral projected up on the ship like 6 different times because um he's our healer, and on the ships he's known as like the main doctor, I guess is what humans would call him, but they call him healers, but he's like their
Yeah.
main healer. So Johnny was actually taken up on the ship several times because of the stuff that has been happening here on our planet has made several different beings sick that they needed his medical advice. And there's been like different times that each one of us have been called on for whatever reason, but they have like asked us for our help in the midst of all this happening. The commander has been doing his stuff with helping people and healing people, and if Ashtar
And for
command is
me,
needed in any way, shape, or form to help somebody, the ships are more than happy if they've got the time and the personnel. They
yeah.
go and help, and
And
they
April,
do right now. There's plenty of
and you
ships.
and you know that I initially, when we got to know each other, even before I was on here, I never knew I had that ability when I was on Facebook. And
Well,
when I got on here, I didn't even know I had that ability to do that
as
until somehow, at some point, towards when I got into 2023, before 2024, all of a sudden, I don't know when it started happening. I said, "Oh, I'm going to send a spaceship, and we're going to help you." Now, for me to say that, and that's putting myself out there on my show, and I'm saying, "I'm really going to do this. Am I really going to do this?" And then every time I did it, the people that I helped told me, just like the one a couple nights ago in New York, in Long Island, said that he saw the Astro Command people in his room that were working on him. They showed themselves, and he says what the commander's saying, he is actually telling the truth. So I've learned after now a few times, not just recently, but back when it started, I am now at peace with the knowledge that I've been downloaded with the ability by the command to, if I need to, it's not like I just do it all the time. I don't. But if I hear a story where they've been really impacted by negative ETs, we will find those ETs, and we will also help that person to what they did to them physically from an abduction 10 years ago or 5 years ago, whatever it was. And April's seen that this is true, and I now have come to the conclusion that even on my show, if I interview somebody, April has seen it, I will send a ship over there, and they'll say we're sending 3 people into that person's house, or depending where it is, it might be 10 people. And I had one person tonight, there was 15. So
each
as
one of
we're
us has been downloaded.
yeah,
Has been starting to be given back our natural abilities, our gifts. Like Johnny himself, like Johnny for instance, he is a natural healer, and he has been
yeah,
actually working. If you don't know who Johnny is he's one of the commander's moderators that has been, and he's a
oh
close
yeah,
personal friend of both of us,
yeah,
and he has actually been caregiving for his father for a lot of years now. He, it's like every single one of us has all these different natural abilities that are starting to come to light now that we have been giving them back to us slowly. Each one of us have been given like our natural gifts back, and then there's more to come, and that's not just strictly for us guys. That's going to be for each and every one of you as well. After contact happens, your guys' natural abilities are going to be given back to you. Just so you guys.
Yeah, and also I think for all relatives asked about Chesno, and Chesno's on the team too. I haven't seen Chesno online too much, but he is on the team with us.
Yeah. Chesno's just really busy in his human life right now.
Yeah, he really is. Yeah. Yeah.
But Chesno is actually an inventor, and that's what he does on the ships as well. But he actually does that same thing in his human life. If you don't know that about Chesno, Chesno is a fantastic inventor. He does that in real life as well.
Yeah, he's an amazing person.
He really
without question. And so that hopefully many of you who don't know about the story are learning a little bit more. You're learning a little bit more. DJ Hillbilly has a question for us. DJ Hillbilly, go ahead.
I think he was asking about he was asking if Earth was flat or a ball, and Earth it's not exactly a ball, but it's not flat.
Yeah, it's not flat. All the planetary systems beyond Earth are either oval or they are round, but they're not flat.
The Ashtar, they're online right now. I can hear them speaking. Just listen really quietly.
Okay.
I'm gonna unplug this clock real quick so it stops.
Okay. DJ, you're welcome, DJ Hillbilly.
Can you hear it? There's a humming and there's several people talking right now.
Let's all listen. I got my earpods on.
Can you hear them?
A little bit. Let me turn my air conditioner off. Oh, yeah, I hear it.
Yeah.
Let's listen. I hear a woman speaking, too, from the ship.
Yep. I just turned my volume up. I can hear him clear as day on my side.
Yeah. I got my earpods on. Put earpods on if you want to hear them really better.
Thank you, Carrie.
I can hear all of them talking.
Mm-hmm.
You know what they're saying?
Yeah, I can hear them. They're having a conversation amongst themselves. They were talking about the flat Earth question, and they were saying why do humans keep thinking that the Earth is flat?
Yeah, I can understand that. So the person asked that question, DJ Hillbilly, our space family on the ship, was talking about that.
Okay, I think it's gone now. Yeah. I'm not hearing it anymore, but yeah.
No, they were talking. I heard them talking.
Yeah, that was them guys. They were having a whole discussion about it. There's several people listening to the show right now.
Yeah, they're on the spaceship.
Yeah, they monitor every single communications in and out with the commander, with me, with all the groups. Like because we're heavily monitored and protected. So they do this because we had an incident about 6 months ago, where the government actually tried to infiltrate the show, and tried to cut our communications out. But the Ashtar Command said no, that's not happening, and they cut their communications with, or they're trying to interfere with the show. They cut that tie, cut them out, and protected the show.
Yeah. So just so you know, I mean, the space people will tell you, human beings that think the Earth is flat, the Earth is not flat. No planet is flat. Yeah, I don't know where people come up with these different things, but there's no flat Earth. Now, there are planets that could be oval, but there's no flat planets. But there are planets that are definitely round and could be somewhat oval, but there's no flat planets.
Yeah. No, that's yeah. No, I've seen the Earth. It's definitely not.
I hear them talking again.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. You hear that?
Yeah.
Wow. Is there a TV on in the background?
No, there's no TV on.
Okay. Wow. I can hear them really clear. They're talking to each other.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I said if you just quiet for a minute, you can hear them talking. Like
I'm gonna say something to them. This is CmdrAleon. Can you hear me? They're very lightly talking. They were talking before, but now they seem to have gotten quiet.
Yeah, they come in and out. I don't know why it's so wonky with my phone sometimes.
Yeah.
But I can hear them, like they're having a whole conversation amongst themselves, or they're like discussing stuff that we're talking about.
Yeah. Oh, where is he? He just disappeared. Oh well, what's happened? I didn't. Oh, that's really weird. Okay. I don't know what happened. Okay. She has another phone, Emmy. So one phone is used that they use to communicate with us, one of her cell phones, and they've been using it for a very long time. So that phone, they respond on Saturday night when we have our contact event. They will communicate through this other phone. Excuse me.
They also really, really enjoy our music. So there's times that the commander will sing them a song, and then they'll come back with another song. But every song that they choose always has a meaning behind it.
Oh yeah, without a question.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they definitely choose songs that are going to touch your heart.
Yeah.
You know,
We do really, that. We do that on Saturdays now. It's pretty special because I love when they do that. It's really special because they choose things that really mean something to the whole room. You know, it's not just for us; it's for the whole room. It's a message for everybody.
And the thing is, we got Father's Day coming up over the weekend, so I'm wondering what my father Rhubarb is going to get me for Father's Day. You know, he knows, he hears me right now. Commander Rhubarb, you know, the whole family should know on Earth we have a thing called Father's Day. So I'm not going to let you get out of this one. I want to know what I'm going to get for Father's Day. You know, I'm a father too, you know, but, you know, I'm also, if I'm to have a present or something from my father, it's coming up this weekend. We have a thing called Father's Day. Did you know that? Are you aware of Father's Day?
He said no.
I heard him say no. Well, we have a thing called Father's Day on Earth. It happens every year on the planet, and everybody who's a father gets something for Father's Day.
All fathers are celebrated.
Are celebrated. Every father is celebrated on Father's Day. So I know you don't celebrate it up on their ships, but because I'm your son, like something like a gift or something for Father's Day is most appropriate.
Were you on last night? Did you see what what was put into my pocket before I?
Yes, I did see that.
Oh my goodness. Somebody told me, did you flash a light through it? And I was like, oh, I got a flashlight right here. So I wish I would have never done that. Cause now I'm like really tripping out about what's inside of it, because there was like a spine in this thing, and it had like all these different rooms with different beings in it. It was like looking into different levels of their, like another realm. It was so strange, so strange.
Yeah.
And the things in it have moved. Like there's different things going on in it now. So now it's like, and now I can't stop doing it. I can't stop putting a light
I was
looking at
amazed. I was really amazed at seeing that. That was like, I've never seen anything like that. That was amazing that you were gifted that. That really is something.
Yeah, and whatever that, remember I told you, and then when I was looking, because the commander and I were both given these gifts, these small things that we were given to both of us, and I was supposed to bring it down with him the day I got ended up in the hospital, but I flashed it. I don't know why I did it, but I flashed the light through it, and there was some kind of like chip or something inside of it, and like weird writing that was inside of it. But it's like that these weren't meant for these are like super special, specific gifts for both of us.
The gifts that we're getting is that like what I was watching last night. That's not the thing. That's something completely different, correct?
What I got was something different, but I mean,
that's what I mean. That's different. Yeah, I got it.
It looks different than what we got, but I mean, it's similar, but looks different. I don't know. I don't know
when April does come down here, and once we're quietly getting it all set up. But when I do get the gift, no one's going to be able to see it because it's not for public. It was given by my father to me to have. It got a little bit delayed because of her physical things that went on, but pretty soon, once definitely before it gets cold out, we're going to facilitate where April will be down here with her daughter, and I'll be having that gift that is given for me to. I'm going to learn. I'm sure I'll be helped by my father and people on the ship. I'm going to learn what it is, and like I said, I've been getting downloads a lot lately, so I think whatever this is, it's going to help me in what I do live here, and also in a lot of other levels of things I don't understand technically. This gift is going to activate something, or I think it has multiple activation purposes.
Yeah, those are my thoughts on it too. I think it's got something to do with that. I'm not sure. You'll know when you get yours. They told me, like they're gonna tell you that it's, you'll know when the time is right.
Okay.
You know how they always speak,
Oh yeah.
puzzles. So
yeah. So even when I have it, I'll probably have to just take my time with it because I just know that I just have to meditate, and I'll know when things that get activated through this device that I'm going to have the ability to do a lot of different things to in the mission work that we're doing. So yeah.
And after we go on the ship too, you guys will also be, all of us will be also receiving gifts from the inner earth and from Atlantis. We have two places that we're supposed to be traveling to, that they have gifts for us, and I don't know what those are, but that'll happen in time as well.
And those gifts I'll put into the meditation room. I'll figure out a place to put them, so I'll know they're there, and I won't forget where they are. So that meditation room is not for public use, but for my family, my daughter, my wife, myself, her boyfriend. So, but we will learn things. I have a lot of crystals. People will be amazed at the crystals I have over the last 20 years. All the crystals I was guided to by the command, every crystal is fully activated on different levels. But well, it's getting to be 2:13 in the morning, Friday mornings here. We'll be on tomorrow night. I don't know if you remember Shy April, but Shy is going to be on tomorrow night with us.
Oh,
Our
good.
friend in the Department of Defense. So she's agreed to come on and speak, and we'll talk about disclosure things. So that's tomorrow night. Saturday night, April 9 will be live with our Ashtar Command family on Saturday night at 11. So please do join us, and thank you all for watching the show tonight. Please support our show, become a subscriber. I need 4 more hats before I even sign off this show. I need to have 4 more hats that are on the shelves. I need to wear their hats so I can say a special word of thanks to everybody. If I get the hat, do you know what the hats are, folks? There was a hat with a mustache, and if I get the hat with the mustache, I will be very, very happy. Alexa, so we do have a tar going on here. Wait a minute. I'm tarring right now. Cosmically speaking. I think I'm all right. We do have a question. I'm going to try to bring this person. I don't know why my TikTok won't let me do it. Let me try it again. Alex. Alex has a question either for me or April. Alex, good to see you. Hey, good evening.
Thank you so much.
Good to have you with us, brother. Yeah, appreciate you too. And I know you had a question, so we wanted to bring you up here.
I'm gonna try to volume up because I could hardly hear you. But anyways, I know you could probably hear me and everybody here. So I got a question. I was watching this show the other day, and maybe you know about this. So people are, they're being taken from here, and supposedly on the one show that I seen, this person was taken, without permission or nothing like that. But the thing is, when they brought him back, it had been already 10 years. So he's saying that when he came back to Earth, his mother was already dead, his friends were already dead, and most of the people here, they look older, but he still stayed the same. He never aged. And what I was wondering is, with all that technology and the power and the knowledge and intelligence that they have, how come it took them so long to bring this particular person back to Earth after 10 years?
I can't tell you why it took them so long to bring him back. I don't know what his specific journey was, but I can tell you that they do not see time and space the same way we do. When I go with them, I am gone for usually weeks at a time. And when I come back to the planet, I'm only gone for like maybe 50 minutes, 30 minutes. And I'm just saying, they try to bring you back at the same time that they took you. What happened with this person, I don't know. I couldn't answer that question. It might have been a negative.
Okay, because I'm saying, man, I'm ready to go, but don't bring me back 10 years later when everybody's already dead.
Yeah, it could be also, again, people have to understand, when you go off planet, there is no time. Our space families and the Ashtar Command and all the galactic levels of light, they don't operate in a time frame. They don't like wear a watch and say it's now 5 o'clock, let's have dinner. On Earth, everything is based on time. Off planet, there is no time. So when April goes off planet, and she's off for a month, she's off planet for a month, and she's been on Earth, she comes back within an hour and a half. That it might not be understandable why that is, but that's because she comes from a time frame on Earth where there is time, but when she's taken on the ship, there is no time. So she could be away for a whole month, and then when she comes back, she's only been away for about an hour. I know it's somewhat complicated, but that's the way it works.
And if they're getting upset right now, I can hear them. They're talking amongst themselves, and they said that was a negative experience. They said that those were negative, low vibrational beings that took that person. They would never do something like that to somebody.
Yeah. So
and I don't know I'm not sure if you guys remember me. I was here like maybe 3 weeks ago. I'm the one that told you guys about I was stargazing on
yes, I remember that. Yes.
Malibu,
yes.
And
Malibu,
I was the one that seen
California.
the 15 lights, and they start disappearing one by one.
Yes.
So yeah,
yes,
lately, I know you told me that they were gonna come back and try to, I guess, reach out to me, and I was out there today, and I was wondering why me, and how. Well, I'm here. What can I do for you guys? I really got nothing to offer, but if you think I could help you out, let me know. So you're not gonna believe this, but on the same spot that I always go on Trancas, I saw the two little lights that I always see, like yellow lights. So there's something happening there. I'm just not really sure what, but if something happens, I'll for sure I'll let you guys know. At the moment, I posted the video that I was trying to explain to you guys how I seen these 15 lights. So if anybody that wasn't here that day and they wanna hear about it, it's on my page.
Alex.
But yeah, I do believe, but Alex, because I seen something.
Alex, April has a message for you. Go ahead.
They're answering you. They're answering you. They said that that's your space family reaching out to you.
That's pretty cool. I appreciate that. And I wanna, I'm always saying to you guys, I love you guys, I love your page, and I love everybody here, man. And you guys are doing something big, and something big is gonna happen. I don't know why the government don't want to come up with the truth. If we already know there's something out there. There's people on Mars. There's people. Well,
I will say this: that I've said it before, because I don't come from this world. I come from off planet originally, from Mars, and I've worked with intergalactic communications on our ships, and I am fully remembering a lot of things now over the years. I will say this: I'm going to speak now from my Ashtar Command perspective, not as the talk show host. Although, but I will say this, I'm telling people, do not depend, anyone out there, do not wait for any governments of the world to tell you the truth about us. And I'm using the word about us because us means that I am not just merely human, but I am also from the stars. I am also from off planet, but I am fully conscious of my own inner beingness. And people need not to rely on the British government, the American government, the Chinese government, or any government for disclosure of truth. The disclosure of truth is humbly happening on my show here. That's why I've been an intergalactic communicator off planet with the ships before I came to Earth. I've learned all about the Earth-based social media technology, and everything I do with the technology and the radio show is to wake people up and bust what I like to use the word bust the matrix on Earth. So don't depend on the agencies or your media to tell you the truth about us, because they're never going to tell it. They just never will. But we will here. We will here on this show.
Yeah.
What April?
They just said liars. That the government is liars.
The governments are liars. They're absolutely correct. Our family on the ship are saying very much the knowledge that our Earth-based governments are liars, and they have been for all of these current years of human history.
Yeah, they're saying practice love and light with each other, with your family.
Hey, Miss April, I want to say thank you so much for everything you do too. I'm gonna come by to your page and give comments and likes, and I really appreciate what you guys are doing here, man. This is nice, this is big, and like I said, I love you guys. Thank you for letting me come up, and you answered my questions, so I'm always watching you guys.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
You guys have a good night, and God bless.
You too. God bless you too, my brother.
Love you.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
Definitely, we love you, brother. So see, it's just a matter of knowing what we're doing. Certainly, when people have had bad experiences, I've been, like I said, recently in this year, I've been more activated ever before to do things I've never done before. I thought I was just going to be a talk show host here, doing a talk show about people's encounters, and I'm finding out that my Ashtar mission is integrated into my show now, which is, I think, very important. Revolution says, does Jesus watch this show? Yes.
Absolutely, he does.
He likes the show.
He does.
It's just because it's the most popular show in intergalactic understanding. There must be, if we had to count how many people on the ships watch the show on monitors, you're talking about hundreds of thousands of space people watching me and April right now. It goes beyond 246. There's hundreds of thousands right now watching the show. And so we're making an impact. You know? Well, it's now almost 2:30.
Yeah.
I know it's getting late. And on the spaceships, they probably, since there's no concept of time, it's time to call it a night until tomorrow night. I want to thank April and our space family. If you want to have anything to say, please do. And then we will call it an evening.
I'm definitely not hearing them anymore.
I don't hear them anymore either.
They were when Alex.
When Alex is on, yeah. Well, everybody, we love you all. Definitely, this has been Encounters. Any final words, April? And what time will you be on tomorrow?
I am not sure yet. Probably when I get out of work. So.
Okay.
All right.
So
guys.
look for April. If she's on live, she'll be wearing a cheesy outfit. No, I'm just kidding. What is that hat? Oh, God, I'm sorry. That was the weirdest thing. That was so weird. I couldn't even do it. I couldn't even do a tahar with that. Could you send me a sombrero hat? I'll try to do like a Mexican tahar sombrero. Can I have that hat again? Who gave it to me? Wait a minute. Oh, a safari hat. That's a Sonia. Can you send me the safari hat? I'll do something. I am very, very much a commander. I'm going to be a commander in Chinese food. I am a commander. Okay. I just started something. I think I'm in trouble. I want to thank you folks for doing that. That had this, I just want to say thank you. Alexis, thank you for that. I'm just so amped up right now. I hope I can sleep. But I want to thank everybody. All kidding aside, it's been a blast. We've had some great interviews tonight. I'll be on tomorrow night at 11. Saturday night will be our Astro Command Q&A, and our space family will communicate as well. I also feel like all the good stuff will be happening with us here and in the future. So I want to thank you all. Please follow me. Follow April. If you're not following us when we're live, please join us because you will learn a lot from both of us. And we also like to do a lot of stuff together on the live so we get possible. I tend not to be too cheesy. What is that?
You were a kitty.
Okay, I didn't know what that was. Meow.
Yeah.
Wow. Meow. Okay. This is amazing. Thank you for the roses, Pramnol. That's a nice thing to have. I'll have to put that in my garden. Let's see here. I just want to thank everybody for being here. I just want to thank you all. And everyone have a good night because I'm out of loss for words right now for some reason. So that's a good time to say good evening or good night or good morning. April, have a good evening. Sleep well. Make sure you don't go to sleep in cheese. That would not be a good thing to wake up that way. Make sure you have some ice cream and some yogurt as well. The cheese is good, but ice cream and yogurt are even better. You know what I mean? So we're gonna get out of here before I go a little bit nutty here. And a stinging bee I got. Oh, that didn't hurt too bad. All right, enough with my quick sense of humor. April, have a good night. We'll see you all tomorrow. Everybody have a great Friday. This has been Encounters, a show that's out of this world. Take care, everybody.
Good night, everybody.